I'm super excited about Fire Emblem.
The thing I love, and I haven't seen it.
As soon as I saw the trailer, I'm like, wait, this looks familiar.
Wait a minute. I'll watch it. I'm sure we'll geek out about it next episode.
Pause the podcast. Put it on. This is why I shouldn't go away for so long.
This is what happens, Frank. You leave us in the RPG.
Suddenly, it's all about horse girls.
Oops. We're talking about 90s, 2000s anime. No. We're off the timeline, Frank. Our timeline makes no sense. Yeah. Just like Bananza's. What's up, people? Welcome to Otaku, SoCal's anime and pop culture podcast. I'm your host this evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time I be in your zone, Ray, aka Zutaboro Shonen. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we have the big episode of the season because it is our Anime Summer 2025 review episode. We'll be talking about 3 new anime shows and getting into spoiler talks about each and every one of those shows, 3 being Betrothed to My Sister's Ex, Clevatess, and I'll see you in the food court tomorrow, or something.
I'll see you tomorrow at the food court.
One of those combinations of words come together, string together to make that show. And so if you come to see get some recommendations for the season because you want to binge watch everything, or you want to get some people to agree or disagree with your opinion about said good or bad thing about shows, you come to the right episode of the podcast. But of course, thankfully, I'm not by myself on this podcast. And I managed to find the missing third host, the third chair of the podcast, Frank. Hello, Frank. How are you doing, sir?
Welcome back.
No, welcome. No, I welcome you back.
That's the return of the king.
I'm out of it. I'm rusty.
Who am I? He's got to put a name tag on him.
I'm still in vacation mode, apparently.
Oh, no. You got to wake up, Frank. Got to get it going.
Thank you.
I mean, you had two. I mean, at least you understood what's happening. I'll take that. There's some days I wake up and I'm like, where am I? What's happening? How did I get here? But good to see you again once again, and we'll see today, Frank. We get to find out if your chosen anime was lived up to the hype. Since people who tuned into the preview episode might remember the nerves.
I've been waiting so long for this.
Today's the day, and of course, I have my brother Miles with me, who also has a anime to share with the world.
That's right. We're going to talk more about cute girls doing cute
things. Because it wouldn't be a traditional episode of Otaku without Miles and his
I like
anime
to know
preferences.
I bring a nice, comfy flavor to this podcast. Thank you very much.
Well, it's debatable what those words to agree with that show.
Remember, I have won the last couple times here. Just saying.
You know, a broken clock. So there's that, brother.
I did win the Arm & Ken at least a couple times today. So yeah, it's fine.
You finally got that swinging maestro and Gramad. What's it called?
Gramad. Heck, I'm lucky if I get hydrated at this point.
And already to the Umamusume podcast talk instantly, so quickly. All right, before we dive deep into the Horse Girl game lore, because I'm sure that's what Miles has for this week, I'm going to share with everyone out there what I've been up to since our last episode of the podcast. And 2 things to really talk about. The first one, we dived a little bit, because me and Miles watched this together, is we watched Apothecary Diaries.
Oh.
We started season 1, and we probably got on 6-ish, 7 episodes?
7-ish, give or take.
Episodes into the series. And I guess it's interesting, because I know Frank has talked about it before on the podcast, and maybe I just forgot the way he described it, but or maybe my brain wanted to describe it differently.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just like, it's case closed with ancient Chinese politics mixed in, because it's just like a problem to solve, and she's like the smart enough one in the room to solve the problem.
Yeah,
definitely did not describe it like that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I'm like the weird guy. Maybe I'm just the big case closed fan who's just determined to make the comparison.
I think I described it as a nice cup of tea.
I think that is true. That does ring a bell to me. Yeah.
That is a Frank statement. I think we can check.
But yeah, I thought it was interesting because I guess I thought it was going to be a little bit more, serious. I mean, it kind of is serious, but it's such lightheartedness at the same time because there's some little problem that maybe that might get our main protagonist killed, but lucky she's smart enough and has got a good head on her shoulders and could, solve the problem and make sure the emperor or any of his concubines don't get mad at her.
Yeah.
And it's also funny because the show's beginning is kind of heavy on paper, but the anime really tries to do its best to lighten up the old I was just kidnapped and kind of put into servitude at least. in this random people, and it's just like, oh well, shogunae, shrug, like that's taking on the chin very good. She's very flexible as an individual, let's say. And stuff like that happens often.
The way you described it kind of reminded me like an old sitcom where like, oh, Brian, like, shucks.
Pretty much. That's what it seems like. It's there, but like the show really doesn't focus on that because it's like, oh, here's that cute guy who she kind of hates, and like, oh, that's funny because maybe it's a comedy romance. We'll see. Stay tuned. And meanwhile, oh no, here's one of the concubines is political drama because there's another concubine, and who's going to be the real emperor, and this and this and that.
Empress, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know enough Chinese thing to know.
I mean, there's
like,
one emperor, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but like empress, one's like the main empress, or the main.
She's like the main, but she's not. They're all for fun.
Yeah.
I don't even know how that works. I don't think there even is an official one. So far, the show doesn't imply, and I wouldn't study Chinese history very well in America, let me tell you. But beside all the heaviness and the crazy politics stuff, it really is just a situation, and because of somehow everyone's trying to poison everyone because everyone wants to be king, I guess. And she knows these tricks, being the food taster. That's like her official job title, I guess. But she does way more than that. But yeah, it's kind of interesting because I thought like early on, like how this is going to get kind of old and stale. But they find us enough things to shuffle the cards a little bit and make it entertaining. And like I said, they do a good job of making the lightheartedness because you see some of the other characters and a little bit of character development with those other relationships that are complex, let's say.
Yeah.
Because like I said, there's her true Oshi, you could say, she's cheering for in this situation. But there's other idol girls also in the competition, and they're not all evil as, simple stories would try to write these characters to be, right? So it's interesting to see the levels of grayness throughout the series. And, the humor does also a pretty good job to keep you entertained. So it checks a lot of boxes when it comes to, political drama, historical piece, comedy romance, kind of murder mystery. So, so it's, so far I could see why a lot of people talked good things about it, because I also enjoyed it. And hopefully between now and the next podcast, I'll watch a little bit more. I don't know, brother, you want to jump in there a little bit?
Oh, I know. It's pretty much like you said, it's a lot of, Mau trying to figure out how things work. Like, conventionally, she likes poison.
Yes, that's her hobby.
And she's like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, more poison. Yeah, I could die from this. Yeah. And like, I understand, was so excited to get poisoned. Like, oh no, this is fine. No people die, but for me, this is a Tuesday. I
bet you she likes the Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah. But, it is funny because, like you said, it's always weird having the lighthearted sense. Oh, by the way, they castrate the males and they, and then all the pillars, like, different concubines, different arrows. And like,
if you mess up, I'm just going to kill you.
Yeah. And it's like,
okay. Seems reasonable.
And it's just like, it's how the show kind of talks about it, but then like kind of like moves away, like the out of the part.
Ooh, look at over here. Woo. And you're like, whoa, what's that?
Yeah. It's like, this kind of
magic show.
Kind of dark your show, huh? Hello? No? Okay.
It's interesting.
But yeah, no, that's pretty much my except we didn't much more to get more complete opinion, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure eventually we're going to get a little bit more in the thick of things, let's say. So look forward to that. And then the other thing that I've been doing it's been a while now because I finished it pretty much after our last recording, is I finished Donkey Kong Bananza. I finished the game. For me, that's a wow. That's sadly for this year. It's terrible. My record is bad.
It's already number one already this year because
that's like the sad part. Top 5 instantly. Yikes! Let me tell you. And that's the one thing I'm going to be better about it. But before that, Donkey Kong Bananza, I kind of talked about it a little bit on the last podcast, but now that I finished it, yeah, my opinion really has not changed about it. It's fine. It's very much a kid's game, in my opinion. It's a little too simple for me. And I guess I'm just not a huge Donkey Kong person. I'm a very casual Mario person to begin with. I kind of grew up a Sega fanboy, so the Mushroom King people, boo, right? A little bit. It's just always in the back in my head.
Gotta go fast.
Exactly. So it's a little bit of an uphill fight when it comes to those characters in that universe. But really, I just think the gameplay, it's very fine. And what I liked about the Mario games is the tight platforming, and you really don't get that in this game. It's more, here's a world, smash through things, see what you can find, and here's some transformations that you probably only use 2 of them throughout most of the gameplay.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is I feel like it doesn't shuffle the cards, funny enough, as well, using all those different transformation abilities. Just seems like you learn an ability, use it in like the next little area, and then you'll never use it again. there's only like 2 abilities you really use, and like you use them way too much in my opinion.
Yeah.
So it really makes the other transformations look really. That last transformation is horrendous, by the way, absolutely horrendous. There's a twist at the end, which I won't get into here, but I was like, okay, kind of cool. But also, once again, I was a Genesis kid, not a Super Nintendo kid, so that, let's say, nostalgia wasn't really there for me. Like a little, but not really, without getting into the spoilers. So, and the last thing, the ending fight boss, way too long. Absolutely way too long. I didn't find it that interesting to begin with, and it just keeps going and going. I guess someone over in Nintendo felt like, this needs to be like the biggest epic, like they thought we're fucking Sephiroth or something over here, and it's not Sephiroth. All right, this guy's not slicing the planet in half and trying to destroy it and this and that, right? It was just too long for me. Like I was just like I almost just like walked away from the game. It was like, I don't care. It was like late in the night. I was trying my best to finish the game, so I didn't help in that mood setting. But yeah, I just thought that last fight was way too long. But yeah, I was very about it, and yeah, like I said, the worst part I think I got I feel like if I went in with the first expectation I saw with that first trailer, I'd be a little bit more optimistic about the game because I had very low settings. But that second trailer really got me excited. I thought it was gonna be more fun and colorful and cute and all that, and it's just very okay for me when it comes to that. The personality, I feel like there's not enough personality in this game to stand out differently to like anything else that Nintendo games would do, especially when it comes to like platforming games, right? And what year is this in the timeline? And then we're also in this game, but the timeline makes no sense. This is like Back to the Future over here. The timeline makes no sense. Yeah, Marty, let's get the hell out of here. Which, speaking of which, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get the hell out of here because that's pretty much my weeks, you could say, on the podcast. But I'm hoping, and then between now and the next episode, that I'm hoping, fingers crossed, get a little bit more into my gaming. In particular, since it's the spooky month of October, I did line up some games on my Steam Deck it's been sitting there for way too long, and I'm hoping to make a little leeway in them because most horror games are kind of short. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So hopefully, I'll get a couple under my belt between now and Halloween. Get into the season, the spirit, and all that jazz. And I have more video games to talk about because, man, oh man, once again, I didn't realize till after Donkey Kong, I was like, my gamer cred is garbage this year. Absolute garbage.
Well, last year and the year before that.
And that's the side. I'm just a fake gamer. I'm a fake gamer at this point. And it's hurting. It's hurting my soul. But I'll pass the pain on over to Frank. Frank, what have you been up to since last time you were here, Frank?
Wow. Hi. My problem is just I can't remember what year it is.
Thankfully, I'm not that bad yet.
And I'm like, did I play this game this year, last year? I don't know.
Oh, when it comes to that.
So I did want to talk about 2 things.
Hit me.
The 2 things you talked about.
Ooh.
Apothecary Diaries. I guess I'll try not to say any spoilers.
They're all done.
But
it's a dream.
Highlights for me were the ending of season 1. Not trying to say like, oh my god, this is an amazing mystery, because I feel like the whole mystery in season 1 and 2, I know what it is, and they're just like keeping it secret. Why are you keeping it secret?
It's obvious.
Like, yeah. So it was just more like I like the I don't know how to say it. The way they animated it, the background music and stuff like that. Like the final scene was a little cool like that. So I kind of see it like a soap opera novella. So that's just the way I see that anime. It's not like you're gonna go in because you're gonna be surprised by this mystery. It's just I think it's just well made. Like I like the opening song. I picked it because of the color. I picked it from my previous because of the colorful colors. Colorful colors. I did enjoy season 2 more, and I think the ending it's a little more. They go beyond the walls of the castle, and it's a little more interesting to me because it's kind of like everything.
Is there a basement?
No, I think they even go to like another city or something. I don't know, but I did like season 2 more. I thought it was more interesting than 1.
Okay.
But I think I like the music more in part 1, which music being the openings. So yeah, I hope you finish it, and I'm not gonna say it gets much better. It's just I think it gets slightly more interesting. Because I think right now it's more like villain of the week or something like that.
Yeah, episodic for sure.
Yeah, I think it gets a little more personal, and which keeps me a little more engaged.
That's true. I do like that.
About Donkey Kong, I also finished it.
Oh, there you go. Good time.
First, I started playing it. I was really liking it because I liked the music.
Mm.
Thought it was really fun to turn into the gorilla. But then I'm like, damn, this is easy.
It
It's
is.
a little too easy. And then I'm like, okay, I mean, they made it for games. For kids. They made it for kids, so I understood it. What I kind of didn't like is that I feel they got lazy with the bosses. Where it's like, hey, I fought this guy. You're just a different color now.
Yes. I forgot
So-
about that.
So I was like, okay. And then, yeah, a lot of the powers you don't really need. It's just like ostrich and zebra.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, even the Kong, I'm like, I'm strong enough without you.
I don't need you.
It was more like, I don't want to hit this rock twice, so I'll use Kong.
You're like Goku, like in Dragon Ball Super. You're like already strong at base form already.
Yeah. So, I did get a little fatigued, like, in the middle of the game because I was like, oh, like, I'm already past floor 1000. I thought this was going to end in 800.
Yeah, actually, the game, is also a little too long.
So, I did like the ending.
Mm.
More like the final dungeon ish.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like the ambience of the music that was going on,
That's a highlight for sure.
recognizing the bad guys. Because you know how throughout the whole game they're just rocks, and I'm like,
Right.
hey, it's these guys.
Hey, I think I remember.
And even the flying ones is like, oh, it's those guys. Like, I did not recognize them at all before that. So
I kind of thought that was what's going to happen, but I was just like, well, we'll see what happens.
you know what? I love Donkey Kong, but I don't really like miss
Right.
that. And then when it came out, I'm like, oh, that's cool. I mean, I like it because I didn't really like the villains in the most of the game. So
Yeah.
so I was like, okay.
Nostalgia's working a little here.
But I did like the whole fight with Void Kong, the last fight with Void Kong. It was a little, what do you call it, anime, the scene.
Yeah, that's true.
So that was cool. And then that final fight was actually challenging. I'm like, compared to the
Yes, I agree. It was like I actually had to lock in.
I was like, oh, you know how I play with my nephew? I'm like, no, give me that control.
You're done. Hand it over, son.
So I thought that was cool. I like it's just like the music improved and I really liked it. It was super long.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do it again.
Oh no.
But it was cool.
What about the DLC? Have you heard
I don't
about
think
that?
the DLC
Interested?
is worth it.
No?
No, because it just seems like it's like time trial or something like
Oh,
that.
is it?
and
I
it's-
don't even know
and
anything
it's
about
just-
it.
And it looks like it's just for alternate costumes, and I'm like, why do I want alternate costumes when I've done everything in this game? I got all the bananas.
Oh wow, you went.
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
wow.
that's what I did in Colombia.
Oh, well, there you go. Gives you something to do.
So I got everything. So the thing about this game is super easy. But it feels like the real game is after you beat it.
Hmm.
And I'm not trying to say like you gotta play it, but like, cause you go back and it's like, hey, because the whole thing after you beat the game, it's like, well, we beat the game, but you know the Pauline wants to learn a new song, so
Right.
you go back to every big guy that taught you a Bananza,
Mhm.
and they make you do like a huge level,
Oh.
and in each level you have to like use the powers from that area.
Mm.
So like you go to a Kong and it gives you challenges for Kong, related abilities. And I thought that was cool because like snake mode, like I never used it.
Absolutely.
But in that
The worst
dungeon, like
one.
in that dungeon, you better know how to use all the snake moves because
Uh.
otherwise you can get. And then same for ostrich, same for elephant, same for all of them. So I thought that was cool. They were actually challenging,
Mm.
and so you got cute little power up after that, and then you get to do like a final level, which is kind of hard, but a little bit short. But it does feel like the post game is worth it a bit.
Mm.
Kind of think of it as in Mario when you get those special levels
Right. Yes.
and then like you finish it. It's like in space or something.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always like the after game, I guess.
And then you finish it, and it's not like a big like, oh my god, it's so rewarding, but it's kind of like, oh cool, you did it. Like
Yeah.
Right. That extra challenge.
yeah, basically all they say is, oh thank you.
Right. It is neat. I guess Nintendo does that every so often.
And then there is the boss rush mode, which is pretty cool.
Huh.
So yeah, I thought like super easy until the final boss, and then the post game is like not super easy. So and then collecting all bananas. What did I get for that? I don't even know what I got for
Poop?
it. No, I don't even know I don't even know what I got for it. So which is like
silly.
You get a clap.
Good job, Donkey Kong.
Well, anyways, I enjoyed it. I was kind of disappointed to the end. I'm like, okay, this is kind of worth it. More for kids. Enough Donkey Kong. I did play because I don't think I was here when the Nintendo Direct came out.
No.
So I did get Stormlancers, beat it already. It's kind of like a side-scrolling Hades.
Okay.
With 2 players. It's cool. But you could tell it's like low budget, and then sometimes like the jump button wouldn't work. So I mean, it's for
We'll
$20.
get
For $20, it was fine. I got Hades 2. I haven't played it too much. I seem so lost because I want my castle back, and it feels like you're outside in the forest. I'm like, where's my stuff at?
Where are my Hades guys?
Also got Silk Song. Finally into that.
Have you played Hollow Knight?
Yeah.
And you like Hollow Knight?
I did. Yeah. So it's cool. I think I like this one a little more. Even though everybody's saying the opposite.
Huh.
Everybody I've heard. But it's cool. I like it. Almost done with Bravely Default, but there's so much to do in that game. So much to do. But I put pause on it because I just want to play all the new games that have been coming out.
Yeah, there's too many.
Yeah, because I think I have to play Silk Song, Hades 2, Tactics.
Oh my God, Tactics.
I also got Demon X Machina.
Oh, that
which I started a bit with. It's cool, but it's also a little funky. The controls, I feel like
I've heard that
not very polished. What else? It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. Oh, I did want to talk a little bit. Like I don't know if I wrote about it. Oh well, I guess all the stuff came out already. Age of Imprisonment. I'm just happy I got a release date.
Right.
Soon I gotta hurry up.
That's coming.
Disgaea 7. I didn't even know there was a 7.
No.
Because I thought they had said, 6 is the final one or something like that.
The money says no. There's always room for more.
Like JoJo Part 7.
I'm not excited about it, but I feel like as an RPG person, I should play Dragon Quest 1 and 2.
Which is the remakes?
Yeah, so they're coming out 30th. Prime 4, we're getting the bike.
I still haven't seen it.
That's kind of crazy.
Well, I know we're doing that. We're
something to do.
If it to me feels wrong, but at the same time, like, you know what? She is traveling through the whole planet.
It's a big planet.
So excited about that one. I'm gonna get Final Fantasy Remake 7 because again, you know, and finally play Integrate, and finally
I still never actually did play that. Damn it!
I'm super excited about Fire Emblem, and that's all I said about it.
I haven't seen the fucking Fire Emblem. Well, that shows you. That's how bad I am. The thing I love, and I haven't seen it.
As soon as I saw the trailer, I'm like, wait, this looks familiar.
Wait a minute.
It's cool that it looks like it's a little more
hard, challenging.
Adult.
Like, no more high school shenanigans.
No, it looks more serious.
Unless they're in university now.
So you don't know nothing about it?
I haven't seen it.
You want me to tell you about it?
I'll look it up. I'll look it up, friend.
Oh, okay.
The spoilers, Frank. Spoilers.
Spoiler. I want to be surprised. I'm like I said, I'm a fake gamer. I don't care. I don't follow the news anymore. I don't play games anymore.
What year is it?
The one thing I'll say that I don't like about the trailer, which is a small thing, I feel Gambits are coming back. And I was not a fan.
Oh no! Gambits were dumb.
Yeah.
I hated them. I only used them when the game forced me to. I completely forgot. First, I'm like, Gambit, like you from X-Men? He's here? Is Wolverine going to show up? What's going on?
Yeah, it's like I was here, but, but my years died and disappeared.
Someone's saying that it might just be that one character. But hopefully it's not a thing.
Yeah, I hope no. I'm 100% with you on that one.
So you want to be surprised with the trailer?
I want to be surprised, friend.
All right, I'll shut up.
I'll watch it. I'm sure we'll geek out about it next episode.
Pause the podcast. Put it on.
Yeah, live reaction.
They got the podcast isn't live just yet because that's the way everyone just turns off right there.
I have to talk about this
right now.
And now the whole podcast is like 30 minutes later. Okay, now we'll start.
Let's really get into the meat here. Alrighty, Frank. Well, that's exciting news, and now you make me feel, like I said, even worse. Fake gamer.
I know. I mean, I would have thought that the whole podcast,
the whole podcast would just been Fire Emblem.
We would have canceled
the anime and just talked about Fire Emblem for the next 2 hours.
Yeah. And so scene by scene. See this one like
What does this represent? Is this a new unit? Are they bringing back the old unit? Is that Roy in the background?
This is why I shouldn't go away for so
See,
long.
this is what happens. Like you leave us in the RPG.
Suddenly it's all about horse girls.
Oops.
We're talking about 90s, 2000s anime.
No.
We're off the timeline, Frank. Like, our timeline makes no sense.
Yeah.
Just like Bananza's.
Yeah.
I'm here
Oops all horse girls.
I'm here to set things right.
There you go.
Clean up.
Getting back to
Otaku.
back to the shape it's supposed to be.
Oh, thank goodness, Frank. Thank goodness you're here. And also, thank goodness you're here, Miles, to share what you've been up to.
I like how we're like speaking of
The words are good. The tone maybe not so much. But how are you doing over there, brother?
Not to mention the expression.
Yeah.
Audio podcast still.
Thanks, Rick. Thanks. I just need to let everyone know about the instructions you gave me.
I got your back. Don't worry.
As usual, as we're going to our quick minute, like Umamusume talk once again on this podcast.
Are you sponsored by Umamusume?
No, but I feel like I feel a lot like Ray does at this point. It's like it's fine, but it is kind of losing its little luster here and there. It's like it was fun when it first started, but like now the pulls are not coming in. You're like, oh boy, the gacha is kind of terrible in this, isn't it?
I'm sorry, this is a bit of a slot machine over here.
And slot machine. You could at least win in a slot machine. I don't know if you can win here.
Not till the next banner. That is.
Yeah, next banner. My ass. It is a lot like, hey, you should start this game earlier because you could have got this card. If you don't have this card, good luck getting anything. Beyond that,
Mm-hmm.
So beyond that, because it's
beyond that. Is that possible?
Yes, it is. Yeah, yes, it's possible. I did. You know what? It turns out I did other things this week. It turns out.
What
have you done with my brother?
Well, because I'm trying to start going back into the Star Rail train. Again.
So never. Okay, so switch out horse girls for space horse girls.
I mean,
so not new.
No, there we go. Back fell out of one hole back into the other.
Hey, what back in here again? Actually, it was funny though, because actually when I came back, they gave me kind of free pulls. Then it gets new pass. No.
I've seen you've been gone for a few weeks, bro. Are you okay? Well, just in case, here's a little something.
And the funny part is that I was like, you know what? Shoot, the new banner, and I got the 5-star character.
It's almost like it's set up that way.
And I go like, oh.
Now will that happen again the next banner? I don't know.
But I haven't started yet because I'm us doing a lot of behind the scenes work and a lot of things didn't get I could go that because I missed like the last 4 or 5 patches, so that's a lot of story to go back on. But it's like I was more curious because right now where we're at and it gets in the story, like a lot of friendly or no, I guess old faces are gonna get new form, new because like there's like the like in certain animes, there's like the 3 people, your 3 characters, like your real Sasuke and your Sakura, right?
Your squad lead, Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, the squad's back, so I'm gonna finish the squad.
Okay.
Then I also played House of Tesla because that came out. House Tesla,
the official release. You talked about it last time or the time before.
Yeah, so I finished the game. It needs more work.
No Da Vinci.
Yeah, no Da Vinci because Da Vinci was actually all 3 of them were they were okay. The last 2 kind of but they slowly were like at least constant level. While this one kind of the puzzles are kind of I don't want to say challenging, but they're hard to understand because you know exactly what the game wants you to do. It's very like because you're in Tesla's time, a lot like you're doing electricity puzzles and a lot of like math.
I love math,
but it's bad when you had to bring out like the notepad. You go like, okay, what is this game asking me to do?
It depends. Sometimes the notepad's good, but not always.
No, it's like I expect that, of course, like Professor Layton, right? Because Professor Layton,
right?
It's like you have to
that one. Yeah.
But no, I expect. That's why I'm. That's what I'm here for.
Exactly.
But it's like I expecting more of kind of like the room kind of stuff with click. It's a little challenging, but not too challenging. This game's like, like, what do you want me to do again with this? Why do I have this? What am I supposed to put it on?
What does this do?
It's bad when you start like, with a click adventure game. When you start.
Oh, that's what. You're
kind of like, okay, let me click to see.
You're just clicking everything to see what's going to interact.
To me, that's never a good sign of.
It's not fun. A little clicking's good, but when you're doing a lot of clicking, it gets really old real fast.
And then there's a narrative. I think obviously there's going to be more sequels to this game, of course, right? Because there's like the other one
trilogies.
But it's like, am I excited for the next one? No, it seems very like for me it was kind of down because they had a good track record. If it's like too
much Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty.
Yeah, but see, I'm trying to think of anything else. No, I guess other than the homework stuff for the podcast, I think that's pretty much it this week. Well, because a lot of horse girl shenanigans. I did actually watch a little. Now I thought something. I did watch. There's the little shorts they have on Crunchyroll. They have like little little anime shorts like on the horse girls on the Umamusume, I guess. Umayon, which is like 3-minute little short episodes like different horse girls doing different shenanigans.
It's like the same art style as the regular anime?
No, it's like a chibier.
I figured.
I don't know. I always when they do like something like chibi, like
well, if it's cute little round things, I'm like, ooh, Hello Kitty Munch.
I had a lot of silly shenanigans. How some horse girls are. Their personalities, how they clash with other girls' personalities.
Is your mommy there?
No, mommy.
Not yet.
God, you almost got me there again. Stuck. I almost fell for it. Get with it.
Who's your mommy?
Super Creed.
See, Frank, what happens is that you say something out loud, and now you're gonna hear it for the rest of the year, and so that's where we're at now.
We know who Miles' Oshi is. Let's just say that.
I guess I won't dig deeper.
Out of respect.
Out of respect, yeah. But, it's fine. It's very short. It's only 12 episodes, but like 3-minute shorts.
It's like one episode, basic of anime.
Yeah, and then it's more like
there's just shenanigans.
Shenanigans, all that. The girls' personalities of that. Like how no.
Right.
Yeah. I also started the second season of the anime, but I only got to 1 episode, so there's nothing really to say there yet.
Of the regular Umamusume.
Yeah, Umamusume, because it's funny because now it's more like. Well, the first season was more kind of like a slice of life with little drama bits here and there.
Mm-hmm.
While this we're straight up doing sports.
It's just with sports anime officially.
Yeah, it's like we're training, we're working out, we're what's gonna happen here and there. But it's like straight. We just left any slice of it like this is sports. We're lifting, pumping weights. We got
the first place or nothing.
Yeah, you got to win. You got to win the Shika show and the Kika show and all the other shows to win the tiara or something. There's a lot of races.
There's a lot of races, a lot of different crowns from the career mode in the game. I'll tell you that.
And I still can't get an A-level horse.
I randomly had points and I got bored and I was like, I'll pull for the new banner, and I unlocked the new character and also the wedding dress of Air Groove. So I was like, what? I mean, I couldn't buy me a win. Yeah. And all of a sudden I got 2 back-to-back home runs. It was just like, huh?
Yeah, okay. I think I pulled once in the new banner and I got TM Opera O.
Oh, boo.
Yeah.
The worst character so far. The little I've seen of her is just like, go back wherever you came from and get out of here. No, what's the lie? We're all having a good time until you showed up.
In December, we'll probably get a rerun of the Kitsuna Black card.
Yeah, I already got it.
Oh, you already? Oh, yeah, I guess you already got it, huh?
I pulled it twice on the same pull.
I didn't get it.
I didn't at the time. I didn't fully understand. I just went like, oh, I guess I got 2 of the same card. I'm like, in my head, I originally thought like, oh man, fuck, I got duplicates already.
Yeah.
And so I found it's like the best card in the fucking game.
Yeah, it's like no, you need to pull for this card.
That and your mommy
to win. Man.
Those are the 2 cards you need.
All right, I should have saw it coming. That's a classic.
It's right there. It's standing right there.
I should be like EFO. There's like, full fans get ready. It's like, once in a while, Ray comes in with a punch here and there.
It happens.
And I guess then of that, I conclude my week.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh boy, this episode sure is juicy, isn't it, Commercial Miles?
That's right, Commercial Ray. Hopefully, hope you are enjoying our takes on gacha games and Frank's always crazy wild tales of things he goes through this week.
I wish there was a way for other people to listen to all these episodes that we've been doing for several years now of the Taku Otaku podcast. Do you think there's such a place out there on the internet for them to listen?
Well, you can always check out our website at www.takuotaku.com for easy access. Though we're also on your favorite podcast listener.
What? Like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the various podcast catchers out there? Whoa, that's crazy.
I know, right? We're going everywhere. We're even on YouTube.
Whoa, are we real YouTubers, Miles?
We're nothing but YouTube shields now these days.
Too bad we actually don't charge a penny for this podcast.
But with your help, one day we might.
The true goal of this podcast.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Alrighty then, well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we've been up to since the last time on Taku Otaku. But it's now time for the main event. Speaking about sports, boxing niggas now, I see sport, my brain goes to Ipo. It's time to get to the heavyweight champions of the summer 2025 season. And, I'm going to steal the mic once again and start off on my show. For those first time tuning in, so what's going to happen is we're going to be a little sit-ups to the show because you don't know absolutely nothing about it, so you at least have an idea. Mm-hmm. Then we'll give you some non-spoiler opinions and thoughts and give us if we would recommend the show and who we would then recommend it for. And then, of course, we'll get to our spoiler talk right after that. But, of course, you're not ready for spoiler talk just yet. We're going to have timestamps down below this very podcast episode you're listening to. So you could jump around. So in case you saw one show but you haven't seen the other show, you could find where you're happy and comfortable with. And then when you're done, when you're ready, then come on back. We'll be here waiting for you at the same timestamp. All right, now with the instructions all explained, it's time to get into the best anime of the season.
Wow. Bias there, brother?
No, not biased at all. Not biased at all.
Says the producer. Anyway.
The anime I chose for the season, as I mentioned at the beginning of the... I can't bit my tongue already. As I mentioned at the very beginning of this episode, is Betrothed to my sister's ex. Yeah.
Ex and sister is a different thing. It's a different thing altogether.
I mean, that's a different anime. That's coming out next season, I'm pretty sure. I'll put money on that right now.
Was that for the bingo card?
1,000%. That's a guarantee. That's the free space in the anime bingo card. Once again, my anime bingo card reference. I just can't help myself. We'll love that joke. All right, so in this anime, it is with the title like that, you're like, oh no, what kind of crazy high school romance shenanigans are we going to get ourselves into, right? Thankfully, it's not ex-rent-a-girlfriend or a couple of cuckoo situation. It's a little bit different. This story takes place in a more of a fantasy setting, with but no like magical knights or anything like that, but it's like a European royal setting. Yeah. Very medieval, I guess. And our main character here is a redhead named... Oh no, dropping the ball.
Should I help you?
Help me. I'll take the assist. Marie, yes. It's so... And that's what it's like so on top of it.
Something like Chalderon.
Yes, Sheldon is her last name. Something like that. The way they pronounce it Japanese and how you would pronounce it, two different things. Anyway, but she is very much the Cinderella in the story because while she is born a noble in this world... She is treated basically as a servant in her own household because her parents are the worst human beings ever.
Yeah, they're going to get the Gendo Award this year. That's all I know.
Yes, because in their eyes, they see their daughter as a loser and not worthy as a pursuit for other people to romance. Because once again, this is the good olden days where, ideally you would want a son to inherit the state, right, in this situation, or at least your daughters to be pretty so that they can find themselves a more rich guy to get married to, and then you could increase your status in the world, right, because it's all about the status and symbols and society and all that jazz, right, in this kind of setting. She has a older sister who is the chosen one in her family, and the mom and dad love and adore, and they're like hoping, oh, she's pretty and cute and blonde hair, because I guess in this universe... redheads are booed upon. There's like this superstition curse about them throughout the whole world. Yeah. And so it's just like this thing that, if you're born with redhead, like, oh, this is a bad kid, bad child, boo, thumbs down, right? So instantly Frank was probably pissed on that, knowing that. And so, like I said, she has like a tough start in her life. Like I said, pretty much is a servant in her own household, is expected to cook and clean. She doesn't even live inside that. They have like a mansion, but she lives like in the garden shack in the back. Yeah. So, like I said, just imagine Cinderella with red hair. Here we go. You're halfway in the show. Yeah. But thankfully, one day everything changes because she meets her own Prince Charming of sorts, who has a bit of a unique past himself because he is a bit of a higher. He's a duke in the nation, and I forget the different classes and blah 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 blah. He's pretty high up there, higher than her family at the current time of the beginning of the anime, right? And they stumble upon each other because they're there for her sister's birthday party, or at least it's actually kind of different.
No, it's her
birthday party, but she's treated like a servant, and no one really knows that, and everyone just assumes it's her sister's birthday party. Yeah. And that's where the confusion is going to come up in a bit. But anyway, he stumbles upon Mari, and pretty much instantly falls in love with her because he's like Frank. He likes the redheads for sure. Now I think about it, even Frank, he does kind of look like our Prince Charming in the anime. I think about it.
Yeah, the more,
Is this about you, Frank?
Well,
I didn't want to say anything.
I was consulted.
They did come to And so yes, instantly falls in love and realizing that like, oh, this girl's for me, right? And this is where the confusion happens in the beginning, and thus we'll get our unique title of the series, because he goes inside the house, meets the father, and the father's like drunk and tipsy and doesn't really understand what's happening, because in his mind the younger daughter is trash and not worth talking about. And so when the prince asks, or the duke I should say, ask about his daughter, what's her name? Oh, you're talking about my older daughter,
Anastasia.
I was like, which one cliche name is it? And so then he goes home then after the party and goes, oh, I'm gonna officially write this up and propose to her. Be thinking that's the redhead, but of course, like I said, that's where the mix-up happens. And sure enough, a week or so pass, and they get the formal letter of like, hey, I want to marry your daughter. She's cute and this and that. And so I was like, all right, Anastasia, off you go marry this duke. And mom and dad's like, oh, boy, it's time to cash in our chips. And the long wait is here.
On our way to the top.
Yeah, we're on our way. Moving on up, they're thinking, right? But a twist happens, because it wouldn't be an anime drama without him. Because apparently poor Anastasia is killed on her way to meet the duke. And this is bad for the family, obviously, because like I said, they were like ready to cash in the money chips that they didn't have just yet.
They've already bought that car.
Yeah, pretty much. But hopefully to please the duke, they're like, hey, Mario, you ugly fool, come over here. Why don't you go be a concubine for this guy? Maybe he'll throw us a few dollars or something for a sympathy card or coming our way, right? Yeah. They basically want to recoup their money they never had. Losses. Yeah, their losses in their heads, right? Like I said, they're really bad parents.
Yeah.
And so she, like I said, maybe the thing I haven't mentioned is she's very subservient and just kind of goes with, okay, and just kind of like, but she's been trained pretty much as a child. You're trash. You're just a servant. Yeah. Do what you're told, right? And so she agrees to it, but is very kind of like, deep down she doesn't kind of want to do it or not interested to do it. But of course, the surprise to her is you find out. Well, then what finds is she shows up at the duke's house. And he's surprised. He's like, I was told you died in the Courage, which then they find out, no, it was the sister who died, and thus the mix-up. And that's really where, our romance, our story really begins, because now the two are finally together, ? Yeah. But it's going to be a little bit difficult because, she just lost her sister, who she's surprised they had a good relationship with. And so she's really bummed about it, and she's already told herself, like, oh, he doesn't really love me. He's like, he's pity, give me pity love, I guess, right? I'm not really... But I'll sleep with him if I have to, but I'll please him just to hopefully make my parents happy, right?
Yeah.
But like I said, deep down, he is actually just a good guy who fell in love and wants to get closer to his romantic interest, right? And so yeah, that is the premise early on in the show: is will this relationship work out? Because it seemed pretty simple, but because of crazy circumstances, it has gone more complex, right? And the world itself, because it's a lot about dukes and nobles and society and this and that, high class and this and that, right? A lot of political games also in this series. And so yeah, that was my intrigued about it, because I thought it was going to be a little bit like we talked about forever on the podcast. You can look it up. How really Anna ended up at the Duke's mansion. Also redhead.
Nice.
Where it's a lot more political games, because she's playing that duke and this and that in the situation. I thought we were gonna have similar stuff going on here, so that's I was like, check the box, sold, right? That's all I needed to hear. And if we get a little of a comedy, romance, a little blooming here, then that would be a good thing. So I was just kind of curious to see what happened, see if the parents get the upcoming they deserve, because oh boy, like you said, brother, they're Shinji needs to punch Gendo at least one good clock, Yeah. And that's what I was hoping we got. We're gonna get that.
Get like this Shinji's hand, like more like in the like a bronze or something like that.
There you go.
Just
one good
for the parents.
Don't be a bad parent. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, that's my one of the reason I picked it and my expectations for it. But now getting into the little broader, not detailed spoilers of did I like it or did I not like it. The quick answer, yeah, I enjoyed it. It surprisingly didn't go the way I originally had thought, especially when I made the comparison to Liliana, because it becomes less of a political drama and more of a fairy tale, Disney-like situation at the end of the day, where the story really focuses about the two lovebirds understanding each other and seeing the strengths and their weaknesses, right, and seeing if they could overcome the differences and the situation they found themselves to start this unique relationship, right? And yeah, I thought it was cute, pretty heartwarming. So if you're looking more for that kind of an angle in the story, you're definitely going to get that in this series. Overall, like the animation, I thought was good enough. Maybe.
Yeah, good enough.
It wasn't amazing, but it was because Rihanna, woof. I loved Rihanna, but man, it was ugly when it comes to animation.
Especially fighting scene.
Oh, the fighting was absolutely horrendous. Here, it was fine. It was adequate. It was acceptable. You're not gonna blow your socks off, but it wasn't super jarring when you switch over to an action show and a couple sequences here and there. The thing I liked about it a little bit more that I was surprised by is I think there's not too much supporting cast, but there's a little bit in it. And the few characters you do see, I kind of like, their personalities and how when they introduce this situation with this like new girlfriend, fiance, right?
Mm.
Because, they kind of go on and on. They pull a Ross and Reijou, you could say, throughout the series. And so I was curious to see what other characters react in that situation. And I also thought even some of the music in the show actually stand out a little bit more than I thought, and it had a little bit more of that, which you expected, a political European setting, high society, fantasy setting. So it matched with a lot of string instruments elements. Either one will work.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, I enjoyed the show. One thing I liked about this anime in general is versus other anime we talked about on the show, it ends here.
Yeah.
It's a beginning, a middle, end, and whoo! I mention it every time, and it is nice to be like, no, like I could close the book on this series and walk away. I have to wait for a season 2 and 3, a movie, a spin-off.
Oh yeah, and then like let's see, part 4. That's when the things really changed. In part 4.
So I just that to me, it's always like, ooh, good thumbs up on that part. The pacing gets a little wonky here and there. But overall, the focus, like I said, is more about the two lovebirds and not the other elements that kind of play a part in the story, the setting. So yeah, I think they make a cute little couple. And I was happy with my time watching Betrothed to My Sister's Ex. Finally got it right this time. But I'll move it on to you, gentlemen. Let's start with you, Frank. What did you think about this show?
Loved it. 10 out of 10.
Tall and redhead? Whoa.
Redhead, good.
That's all.
Let's see. I forgot you had described it as Rihanna. Because as I was watching it, I didn't get that vibe. But I liked the opening. It was nice. I thought it was a little too neat, like a lot. Like there was a little bit of like the first episode, probably most drama there was. Yeah, that's true. That's true. like damn, people are dying here. Shit got real. And then it's like, oh, you have this wonderful house, and then this, all this stuff, and everything's perfect. And then there are the only thing that was wrong was just like she thinks she's not perfect. She thinks she's not worthy. So it's kind of like to me, a show of like of getting confidence. Yeah. So it's like it got a little tiring at times, but I guess giving her the benefit of a doubt, it's like it makes sense. Have you seen her room? It was bad. Yeah, so it's just like it's just a little. At times, it was a little not believable for me because I could see that. I could see that. Like maybe if they drew her actually ugly, like she has freckles. Ugh, freckles. Yeah, like oh my god, a redhead, like hideous. Like they're trying to describe a supermodel. Like oh my god, like oh. Really? Well, I'll take her.
You're lost.
Yeah, that's just the impression I got. It was a little too neat. But I didn't feel like, oh, I'm tired of this. Like, it was just like, okay, well, I'll see what happens next. Fair enough. Would you recommend it, Frank? And if to anyone, who would you recommend it for? It's kind of a acquired taste. I think this one. Like for example, most people I know I wouldn't recommend it to, but some people I would. Some people. Those people. Not those people.
The redhead girl.
Redhead fans.
The redhead clan.
Rise up.
Am I what's the group chat, whatever? Am I super group?
I love redhead girls.
There you go.
With glasses.
with glasses. We're
learning, a new Frank thing just dropped.
Freckles?
Freckles. I think it comes, that's the base.
It's included. It's a standard package. Yeah. Okay.
You have to,
glasses are optional feature.
You have to try to remove them. So,
that's too much work, right? That's not
no. It's all natural.
There, I was gonna say, beat me to it. All right, Miles. That leaves with you, brother. How did you feel about this one?
To me, I feel like this show, off the bat, it is not really, there's not enough witty dialogue.
No, that's definitely not. No.
And I guess it's funny because there's serious things that happen, but then they go to a cheapy art style, and it's like it just like throw the whole momentum of the whole show off sometimes.
A little.
And the Duke really is into her.
He's a good boy.
As
he should be.
I was gonna say, did you see how tall and how much redhead? Come on, what's not to like?
But it is refreshing to see, because we see a bunch of masculine men and over look at me.
They're too tough to show feelings.
But here he is, he's laughing over it. He has a body pillow.
He's crushing bad, real bad. And homeboy is apparently not afraid to show everyone he's just crushing on this girl hard.
He is not Yes, I expect a man who's like, yeah, I do. What about it? You want to come over? Want to literally fight me for it? Go ahead, come try it.
I think he's inspired by Frank here. The more we talk about this, it makes more sense.
But it's refreshing to see someone, a male character per se, more open with their feelings and not afraid to say yes, no, love a person, but at the same time also criticize. Well, you shouldn't really think like that, or you need to think better yourself because you deserve more than.
Yeah, he's not. That's a thing. Sometimes in romance animes and anime, they always try to let me man explain to you the problem with you, woman.
Yeah, but at least he gently tries to tell her, no, it's wrong. You shouldn't do this.
He's a good listener.
And your parents are the worst.
I love how he took a while to be like, hey, maybe your parents made a mistake. That's the nice thing to say. It's
and I said, well, I mean, going forward, we're going to stories about the parents because
we'll get into that. That's definitely a lot of spoilers.
That is a critical moment of the series.
It's the big drama for sure.
But and I said the nice thing about the show is that it's more about a girl who doesn't have enough self-confidence and slowly gains it through him showing her love for her and kind of saying it is okay, you are worth something,
right?
Despite whatever your parents would brainwash you for over the last 10 plus years.
Yikes.
But even her older sister was wasn't totally dismissive of her either, right?
No, yeah.
So it's this is all your parents
are the worst.
Their parents literally are the worst.
Yeah, it's not just the whole world or society. Just your parents are just trash. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Now, in terms of the recommendation, I think this is probably one of the easiest stories to get into for someone to start anime, right? It's an easy story to deal with because you're dealing with English. No, you're not dealing with weird Japanese names, Japanese form. No,
it's European, Western,
European fantasy. Say, I'm surprised this hasn't got a dub because you easily could dub this.
I think there is a dub.
Oh, there is.
Is there a dub, Frank?
No, I don't know.
Am I crazy? Am I making it up?
Not on Crunchyroll, at least.
Someone had a dub. Maybe I'm tripping balls.
But I went besides the show does I think probably a lot better because you could easily dub the show and and there's no loss of cult. You have to know about Japanese culture.
It's a little bit more easy for us Westerners, our Americans out here.
Yeah, so it's easy. I think for me, it's easier for them to understand. Someone's trying to go in, what is the anime about? And you're not dealing with weird anime tropes of how male characters are, and it's pretty normal. This is what you expect
out of normal human beings.
Normal human to do.
Yeah, not do anime weirdness.
So it's hey, you want to come in? It's a good first step, I guess. Yeah, and like you said, the best part, it's open and close. We're done.
Right.
There's no lingering. It already are they. We're not
having those parents. We'll never know.
We're not holding hands for the last second. We actually we're getting literally married. No, at the end of the
there's no the last credits. I like you. Me too. Hold hands and roll credits. Oh yeah, no, thank goodness for that.
And they're kind of look at her like this for the next 3 episodes. I don't know.
Oh my god, that's every anime thing. I'm not sure if he just said he liked you to your face and you just don't know. Maybe I misunderstood him. The wind was blowing. It's just oh my god, I'm gonna kill both of you right now.
And then him being secured too sometimes.
Oh my goodness. No.
But it's the gentleman, everything open, close. You could go in, come out, and you go, that was a story.
It's more down to earth and practical versus anime comedy romance nonsense.
So for me, it's easy to recommend. As someone to try to get into anime and something like that. Now, obviously, if you're a senior, you go there's not enough spiciness here. It's kind of blah.
Yeah, if you're looking for the telenovela.
Yeah. There's no rumbling hearts here.
No, this is not rumbling hearts. No, definitely not.
Oh, what's it? Domestic Girlfriend, right?
Oh, also
the Naruto
no, it's also no. Oh my, nothing's domestic girlfriend. Let me tell you.
It's a good show. I could recommend.
Yeah, if you're looking for like a romance kind of situation,
Yeah.
you like kind of that medieval fantasy setting without the knights and the dragons.
See, girls, this is how man's supposed to be like.
There you go. Get yourself a dark long hair prince. All right.
Yeah.
Those are the
Who's
winners.
not afraid? He's going to fight anybody who says, "Come at me."
All right, that's the one you want. All righty, well there you go. That is our non-spoiler talk of that anime series. But now we're gonna get to the juicy, the meat, the potatoes, the delicious spoiler goodness about this one. Let's see here. You know, Miles. I mean, yeah, Miles. Yeah. Wait. I'm looking at you. I'm thinking, what? This is like Miles. You want Miles' opinion first? That doesn't sound right, Ray. Are you sure? All right. Miles, what do you want to start off on this one?
Well, obviously, we're gonna get to the parents in a little bit because I know that's.
I was gonna say, it's like, are we gonna go for it?
No,
we're gonna work around.
We can't go straight to the.
Get to our vegetables first.
And tax evasion.
Yeah.
Overall, it is pretty much Cinderella. Like a very there are elements here of her clothes. Even her
she literally has
clothes,
glass slippers. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
My nose, Mick. My nose.
I know. It's funny because it's been a hot minute. Like someone actually it's actually a better version trying to say like watching Belle, right? Which I kind of tried to do the same thing. I know.
It's so bad. I don't remember most of that movie, and I'm thankful I don't.
But but the fact of trying to not classic fairy tale, spruce up things like that. But for the most part, the story does a pretty good job. Pretty much from the get go. She literally gets semi kicked out of her house. To please do so that way the parents get wealthy. But at the same time, the prince is like, well, let me help you. Let me show you love, and let me say you are worth something, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And and the best part is that the fact that he is being tough, but also loving at the same time.
Yes.
Because it's very hard. Because most of the time, usually the main when somebody get a female character kind of does.
Usually the female character is doing a lot of the things that he does.
But it is kind of refreshing for anime in general. The fact that he's pointing out I love her, but there are faults. I know. Well, you shouldn't let that happen, or you shouldn't do that happen, or he gets carried away. With the maid being the best maid of all time, to say yeah, we could do that, but I was just like, well, sir, you gotta tone it down, sir. You gotta tone it down.
Put away the body pillow.
You can't crush too hard. She will be scared right now if you come out with that right now, sir. You need to calm down.
You're too close to being a yandere right now. I need you to back the fuck up.
Between that, his best friend is also a pain in the ass.
He's a good pain in the ass.
A good pain in the ass.
Yeah, he's a good pain in the ass friend.
Yeah, but he's like, hey, I'm
gonna check out this girl for myself, and I'll tell you if she's good or bad for you. I thought that was I did like that, and that was like what I was teasing about. That is that character and that little scene, because at first you think this guy's just an asshole, right? But it's like there's a little bit more to it. He likes being a tease and a bit of an asshole, but the fact that deep down he cares about his good friend being the Duke, and he wants to make sure that this person he's gonna marry is actually got a good head on her shoulders, right? And you get that interaction, and even she realizes that's what he's really there for, right? So it shows you once again she's also not a total idiot herself, right? Because a lot of times, these anime romances, the women sometimes are a little too oblivious for comedy reasons.
Yeah.
Question mark.
And I also like the fact when we get more deeper into his backstory, Heroes' backstory, kind of because there's the I guess his father's wife, and then that's his mother who has to be another
a concubine,
and then because she brought the hair first, not the
she had the son and the other one didn't.
So
and like I said, you want the boys,
and it's like if it's very old school, but it's like boy, no, that's accurate.
Apothecary Diaries has her choice.
But and the fact that they build it slowly over time to that point, describing everyone's backstory, and not kind of force fed you last minute. A little, like you said, there's a little hesitation here and there because we need drama for drama's sake once in a while. But it wasn't as it was easy to kind of stomach once you get to the payoff at the end.
Yeah, it was a quick. When it fumbled, it kind of picked itself up pretty quickly. So it wasn't for me going the whole episode going, I didn't like that. It was more of a and okay.
Quickly the reveal about the sister.
Bum, bum, bum.
And the fact that she kind of knows but doesn't know, that she has an epiphany moment there, which never was explained.
I guess it's kind of. I guess the way the show kind of two things. I'll start with the positive. One, I like the fact that later on when she does show up, she comes to save her sister, right?
Yeah.
And in her mind, her perspective, because her younger sister became like to replace her, right? Because she died, right?
Yeah.
And in her mind, she was like thinking, oh, my sister must hate my guts right now because I abandoned her and I get to live the life I've always wanted to live, and now she's stuck, has to marry this terrible duke, right? And so she's introduced as, kind of a hero character, right?
Yeah.
She's there to save her younger sister, which is cute and funny because, she's not a very, compared to her sister, she's a kind of a small lady, right? A very petite woman. But the fact, she's that doesn't matter to her, right? I'm going to come here and sign for my fucking sister, right?
Yeah.
So like, oh, that's cute and, very adorable, right? And not creepy or weird when it comes to siblings in anime once again. But yes, the downside about that, like, it's great to see that, but the downside, there's there's a lot of after, or a little bit more after of her, and nothing of really before. They get to a little bit when they talk about the grandma situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, early on, you just see like one scene because, mom and dad's being terrible to Mari, and then the sister shows up like, oh, it's going to be okay, sister. Don't worry. It's, everything will work out, this and that. And then she's dead the next scene. So yeah, it's you have to do a little heavy lifting as a viewer to kind of put those pieces together versus the show giving you, evidence and examples.
Yeah, now it was interesting, but like you said, it kind of resolved itself and kind of got a nice peaceful resolution to that aspect of the story. To me, I guess the best selling point of the show is despite all the terrible things going on around, this show is a lot of positivity.
Very positive.
And it's a lot like, it's like you too can be a hero. No, you too can.
That's a different show. We're going to get there soon.
You too have self-worth and kind of, you are valuable despite, your upbringing or things like that. Don't let anyone tell you, you are otherwise.
Right. It's very uplifting overall. This, like, it's very, it's nice and cuddly, I guess, when it comes to that kind of feels. It's not so heavy, let's say.
And I just like to say the fact that, the poor Duke at that one moment was trying to disguise himself, like, who's the Black Knight? Who's the Black Knight? Oh yeah, that's him.
There he is, right there.
It's me.
And the maid just shouts the name and then freaks out. That was funny. And she just ducks and hides.
And the maid's the best.
She's a troublemaker.
The maid's like, yeah, let me rattle my people out a second. Was that? I don't know. And she knows a lot of different traits for being a maid.
And like the guy's like, are you a maid? Are you really a maid?
And the best part was her partner in crime, who unwilling partner in crime. It's kind of like, and yeah, she just did that. And yeah, I'm on the spot, and I guess we're doing this now.
All right. I guess we're committing crimes. All right.
It's like, I guess I'm going to jail for this. I'm going to jail for this, and this is part of the job. Okay.
She's one hell of a maid.
Yeah. So I guess that concludes my my turn.
All right, Frank, what do you think?
Well, to be honest, I didn't finish it.
You didn't finish it, Frank.
I couldn't. Too much overtime. But I got.
How far did you get?
Halfway done.
Halfway done.
Yeah.
You missed all the good shit, Frank.
And I remember thinking, well, I think I've seen enough.
And I think we've had enough of you on this podcast.
It's a little too neat. It's
too clean.
I said, there's a red hair.
Too much Disney magical princess.
There's a redhead girl here. I don't want to finish it.
I was thinking it was gonna be like Donkey Kong, like just the same the whole way.
Wait, never saw that transformation.
Now I'm hearing something about the parents, something about the sister, and I'm like, oh, I guess I was wrong.
You missed all the good parts, Frank.
But I will finish it. It's just and I want to see what happens.
Well, there you go. I guess we're gonna sell it to you now.
No, you don't need to sell it.
No, I'm going to. You're gonna like this damn show.
Well, there's a redheaded girl in
that
here, right?
red hair with the green.
That's true. I guess I already did my
outline. I don't know why it was had green.
See, that's a thing I could talk about. They actually do, like they say without saying it. Because I thought the same thing. Like, why does she have the green outline? And she's the only character in the whole series. Like, some animes they'll have like white outlines or different color outlines to represent things, or just to be colorful, this or that. And I was thinking, like, why did they decide to do that in anime form, right? And the answer is it's like literally one line. It's not like there's no emphasis, no dramatic pause or music cues on the scene, but it's just a thing the prince says of when, because, once again, the red hair is like the big thing in like the whole series. Like I said, there's a whole taboo about being a redhead in this world again. And he just mentions real quickly in passing, and I think he puts a flower or something in her hair to, and goes, oh, your hair looks so lovely with this green flower in your head. It matches so perfectly. And thus I guess that's the reason why.
I did see that part.
Yeah.
I think that's the last thing I saw.
So that just to, in his eyes, that's how he sees her, as, beautiful, and she really has an aura about her, as the kids would say these days. So it's true. The kids know what's going on.
Yeah.
They know what's happening.
Bro, like I said, I don't have much to say about it,
All right.
but I enjoyed it.
All right, well, I'll take that, Frank. I'll take that because we've heard more negative comments from you on this podcast history, so I'll take that. So yeah, let's hear. What do I want to talk? I won't get too into the weeds about this because really, at the end of the day, it is very much a Disney princess story, basically.
With embezzlement.
Yes, with a little bit of the worst parents of all time. It wasn't even step parents. At least I consider that was like a stepmom or something, right?
No.
And sisters to justify why they're so mean to her. They're blood related. There's no. I thought at some point maybe they were gonna do something like that to justify why the parents are terrible. Yeah. No, they're just the worst because, mom is. Jesus Christ, mom needs some heavy therapy.
Mom, she needs to go to see a psychiatrist or at least a couple times there.
Hating yourself for all your life and passing that hatred down to your own children. Wow. And then dear old dad is just
hustling. He's hustling.
So here's the thing. Two things. This is probably the most negative thing I can say about the show when it comes to that doesn't make any goddamn sense. So the secret is revealed at the end of the series is that their dad is illiterate when it comes to the royal language that they use in this kingdom. And apparently if you don't speak or write or know this, because this is when you talk to the king, you send letters to the capital or whatever this, you have to know this language. And for some reasons unknown to us, is never explained at all, which is the problem. He never actually picks up the language, what makes it very hard to, understand why he could skip. He was a terrible student or he's a lazy fuck, which I guess is the reason why, but it's never fully explained. But what makes it a little bit harder to process once again is because his mother, which would be her grandmother, was like a super genius when it came to understanding multiple languages, this and that, and that's how she she started her noble family, estate because of her smarts and understanding the different languages and handling official business throughout the kingdom. And so I always thought it was weird that they never explained the details of how can this very smart, intelligent woman and mom have this very dumb son who can't do this thing despite he needs to do. And then the whole secret's revealed is, when she was still alive, when she was, slowly dying, she was still hiding the fact that her son is an idiot, basically.
Yeah.
And then when she dies, that's the family's like, oh no, your father's an idiot and he can't do the thing he needs to do. And if anyone finds out, there goes, they kick us out of our nobility and this and this and that. Mari, you're grandma taught you one or two things, right? You know the language. Good. You're going to start, doing all the official legal paperwork in this household and I'll get on by.
Forgery.
Yes. And so that's the thing. It's just for one, it seems a little bit of a stretch of why is this language that important? But okay, sure, I guess I'll allow that. But it seems weird because, it's not like the mom suddenly died.
Yeah.
Because this is he must be at least 30, 40 something years old by the time she dies, would be my guesstimate.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, she's supposed to be a very smart woman. The few scenes we see with her, it seems like she is, right? But it did seem like there was no thought behind what happens when I do die.
Yeah.
And so it made no sense to me, instead of to allow for drama to occur and to have the secrets reveal as the climax for the end of the series. I'm nitpicking here.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things that's the big climax thing. Mother makes sense because it's kind of revealed and kind of told. It's more, that's the other thing is a lot of the twists and turns are just told to us and not really seen. Because you don't have other situations where oh no, another redhead or this or that, right? You're just told that Mari, she's ugly because, from the get-go we're told she's ugly and this and that and unattractive and this and that. And so, yeah, it's just it would have been nice if there's a situation where another, redhead shows up and, oh no, it really is a problem in today's society that people have this perspective on people, right? But you have to go with these things you're told in one or two scenes. So yeah, a little bit more showing, and that's what I say, the pacing gets a little wonky towards the later episodes. But at the end of the day, that's not really the focus. The focus is will these two lovebirds fall in love, and are they going to get married, and are they going to fall through on this proposal marriage situation, right? But I really, because I thought this too, and I really like the fact apparently I was right, is, she has that big last moment of the very Shinji moment of I don't want to get into Eva anymore, Dad. Kind of, I don't want to get married to you anymore because I'm the worst and this and that, and she feels really bad about her. And him being the softie that he is kind of gives into that, right? And goes well, and I do like that speech he actually does give at the very end of I wish I was stronger to to help you see the way I see you and understand the world. Because, you know, a lot of guys would be like, "Yeah, you stay in that castle. You're going to do what I tell you, woman," or this and that, right? But I like the fact that, you know, he lets her go, right?
Yeah.
Because in most situations, most guys probably wouldn't. They would, like, force their way to change her opinion about herself, right? But to me, for her to overcome that, she needs to herself overcome and climb that mountain, right?
Yeah.
And what she does do, and right? But the very cute small thing I do like about it, you know, she's having that, you know, second thoughts, like, oh, I can't believe I ran away from love. He loved me. I loved him. What am I doing? How could I do this, right? And she's in the carriage, and the maid is the one driving the carriage, and she finally, you know, has realized, like, oh no, I'm a fool. What am I doing? And she goes, quick, back to the castle. He's like, and the maid's like, yeah, no problem. I just been circling the castle this whole time. So I was like, oh, this lady, I like you, maid lady. She's a smart little. She's one.
She is a good maid.
She's a hell of a maid. So yeah, I did like that fact. This was like, I know they're having a tearful teenager moment. Let me wait it out, and there it is, cute, back to the castle, and you know, and then I do love you, and I'm gonna see myself in a better way and make change and character growth.
Let's get my parents. Let's get them for the
Let's
base.
go fuck them up, and the cowards, the parents locking the gate, being like, no messengers, we're not in today, and he's like literally hiding in his own house from the maid. Oh my goodness, like what a fucking coward that guy is.
But I just like this one moment at the end. I think end of like episode 11. They're like, "Let's go get my parents for embezzlement."
Yeah, I'm gonna lock up my parents.
Like, well, I didn't expect that to be like the climax.
She really has changed.
All this in 6 episodes?
Yeah, missed all the good stuff. You should have saw the scene.
Yeah, especially when they say like, "Round them up. Let's get them all."
Yeah, it's very cute. And yeah, that's the thing. And especially, here's the thing. I feel like in other times, if I watched the series, I would have been a little bit more kind of like how Frank was like, it's okay, kind of shrug it, like it's fine. But I feel like life has been hard and kind of depressing. So having a nice little silly fairy tale show that maybe is a little unrealistic and unpractical. You know, sometimes you just need that like bubblegum nonsense in your life to make you like, you know what, maybe we'll be okay. Maybe people aren't the worst after all, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, I've seen some headlines and, you know, I feel like I haven't felt that way. But this show maybe felt a little bit of that little hopeful.
A little hope got restored there.
A little bit. So, you know, cheers to the show.
I could feel like Dark Souls. Man, you restored.
Yeah, a little bit. And Miles, it's your turn, brother. Tell us about your cute little anime show.
I'll see you at the food court. Anyway, I see you tomorrow at the food court, I guess. So this show is unique. It is, I guess it's 12 episodes, but they're like 3 minutes.
12 episodes?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, what show did you watch?
The extra one. I was
gonna say, is that season 2 out already? Damn.
So sorry, 6 episodes, but each episode's like 3
There's mini episodes.
But
they put them together, be 20 minutes or whatever.
So maybe just as it is that there's 2 girls. One girl, Yamamoto, who's she's like a garu, wears like long hair or blonde hair, and I guess
tan skin.
Tan nails, things like that. She looks very outgoing. And you have Wada, who's more like reserved, normal Japanese teenager.
Yes.
Like
smart kid, class rep kind of look.
But when they go to the food court after they go to school, because they go to 2 different schools.
Mm-hmm.
When they go to food court, that's when their personalities really spark up, in which, Yamamo's more calm, reserved, and kind of like just dealing with what Wada's doing very much. And Wada's outspoken, talks about gacha games, and just
the Miles of the show.
And just says and just talks whatever going to her mind. Just random things, kind of like a little Seinfeld, but not as much.
There's some. I did think of Curb, let's say.
And it just we're just talking about whatever we're talking about today, and like they're little mini topics, pretty much. But that's all the difference is that every mini episode is pretty much that we meet a food court. We have KFC. 31 flavors. And they're all brand names here, people. They paid the licenses.
Oh, so a lot of these companies paid for this anime. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. The only one I noticed was KFC.
Baskin Robbins?
Yeah.
Never had Baskin Robbins, Frank?
I guess I'm all into legs and thighs.
But all of the story pretty much is them having different conversations about everyday conversations after school.
Yeah, it's very slice of life, silly.
Talking about, between the hairs, their different, I guess their personality quirks, gotcha's game.
A lot of gotcha conversation.
You know, and a lot of like trying to like, you know, like you learn a little more about their how they got together, or how they met each other, and you know how they're still best friends even despite, you know, they kind of live mostly separate lives other than the food court.
Right. This is where they hang out, right?
And I said like little cute little stories, things like that, and that's the gist of the show. But it's only 6 episodes, so it's not really much there. But you know, they have cute interaction here and there, you know, throughout their daily lives, and a lot of KFC. They spend a lot of money on KFC. Yeah, so that's just the show. For me, yeah, we all know what Miles is gonna say.
2
here.
thumbs up. Best anime of the year.
Top. You know, but yeah, I am sad it is a little short, but I understand because I think only the manga is based on only like 1 volume, so you know, it kind of makes sense. I kind of want to buy the manga now, but you know,
shocker.
Well, to me, it is interesting because you know it's very topical when they talk about certain things, like, you know, like how about hair? What do you think about, you know, your look, my look, you know, how people view us. You know, people think like, you know, I'm a straight A student, you know, things like that. But here I get loose and wild, you know, and other people perceive other people pretty much, you know. So a
little social commentary.
Yeah, a little bit here and there, talking about, you know, gotcha games are going wrong with roles, and when gotcha games end, you know.
Speaking about Oshis.
You know, and a little YouTubing here and there, a little bit.
Sourdough Shonen.
But overall, you're seeing like between how these two interact with each other, kind of like, you know, one's very rank bunches and kind of
she's ranting and raving, and the other one's calming her down.
Yeah, and very much just like what? I kind of like question everything she does because like it doesn't really make much sense.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, they have a good dynamic, you know, and overall, you know, it's like it's more kind of me like more like right on it, but like you're facing more to the dialogue and like, you know, their conversation rather than, you know, because there's not really much animation. They're mostly them chatting really between each other.
A lot of dialogue. It might as well just be an audio podcast half the time.
Yeah, you know, but you know, it has its moments here and there, you know, especially when you learn more about their backstory and more of like, you know, how they perceive the world and how they grow from that, I guess. Obviously, I'm going to recommend it because you feel no. It is short, but it is fun. You know, a lot of different personalities. It is a very personality-driven show. You know, between the two leads. You know, two leads. No, there's
nothing else. It's character focused. There's no plot.
Yeah, it's kind of like
the other cute girl anime ever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess there's that. But I was thinking.
K-On? Fill in the blank.
I guess so, because I can't remember on top of my head right now.
Nice.
Poor Rin. Anyway, but you know, I would recommend it if you like, funny, quick little dialogues, and if you enjoy gotcha games, I guess.
I suppose that is true.
And I guess we'll close it out there, I guess.
All right. What about you, Franco? What did you think about the show without getting to any spoilers, if even possible?
Wow. My initial thoughts, I was like, "Damn, this show's about nothing." And I was like, "Here we go again. Another anime, cute girls doing cute things, allegedly cute things. A lot of KFC.
You're looking good.
I mean, I might just have to go get some hot wings tomorrow.
There you go. It's working.
We had to do a basketball round here too. We got a basketball rounds tomorrow too.
Money well spent. I'm glad it was 6 episodes.
Fair enough.
I'm glad it was 6 episodes. I thought it was a mistake. I'm like, oh, what's going on? Like, oh.
Your birthday came early this year, Frank.
And then I'm like, oh, nice. I can move on. So it was surprisingly real because you've seen I'll say Lucky Star, like they have some funny conversations.
That's true.
But a lot of them, like you're like, would somebody really have that?
Right.
But they would talk about like when they were talking about I think swimsuits, like, well, actually I'm insecure because I'm fat, in my belly,
right?
But everything else is fine. And then she's like, no. And then, or when they would talk about when, oh wait, I shouldn't say too much.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe not too many spoilers.
But I did feel that I guess I resonated with the conversations, probably because of the gacha.
Me too.
It was just like, hey, yeah, you know what? I can relate to that. Yeah,
it's relatable.
Your turn.
All right. Well, we'll go with that.
Yeah, I know we're just going already, but yeah.
Here's the thing.
I never like. Usually when you say that, right, that means usually here we go. Here we go.
I knew this show was good. I mean, the way Miles described the show is exactly the way, he was accurate. His description was 100% right. That's definitely true. A little bit busy time for at work. And I was definitely behind this time for our anime review season, and so I watched mine first because I figured I gotta watch mine, the minimum. And then I was able to watch Frank's, and then I saved Miles' show for last. It was a bitter dessert, maybe is the best way I can describe that. I'm tired. I've been tired, and this show, woof. If you have to be in a mood for this show, and I was not in that mood for this show.
You're never in the mood for this show.
But I was really not in the mood. How about that? If you like this kind of show where it's just conversational, kind of fluffy silliness, it's one of those. Sometimes I can find myself being okay with it. I may not love it, but I'll be like, okay, that was something. But it was the first 2 episodes were very much a struggle for me to finish. But I think the 3rd episode is probably my favorite episode. Right now I can't tell you everything's a blur because I literally watched it before we hit the record button today.
Yeah.
But that one was a bit of a mix of a little bit of character stuff and also a little bit of the humor setting up and doing the callback to the joke and there's a bit of a formula when it comes to this series and most of these series like this, right? I think the show might have worked a little better for me in my head if they maybe was like 5-minute short episodes versus a proper 20 minutes with a bunch of shorts put together to make 20 episodes.
Yeah.
It was just seemed like it was just too much of the same happening over and over again. It just became hard to find, things to be interesting. Because the thing is like, it's very formulaic once again, because the conversation is basically with Waka shows up and has a complaint about I can't believe the new iOS update. I hate the new features. And the other one going like, oh, is that so? Yeah, I can't believe they moved the widget to the left. Well, you can move the widgets right back. Yeah, but I have to move it right back. Why can't they do it for me? Well, it's because of the design. She's just it's just, like I said, you could write this dialogue itself. It's very simple because it's always the same situation. So it's always she's mad and she's kind of trying to calm her down. And so it's just that. And it's fine, I guess. There's a little bit of their backstory, which I don't know. I guess we could talk about spoilers because I don't know what the hell we're going to talk about spoilers.
Oh, that's cool.
But it's very shallow. But the thing, I guess, the funny part is, I hated the fact now that I've played Umamusume. I actually understood a lot of the gacha fucking lore talk, or however you want to describe it.
Yeah.
SSR. I'm like, oh, fuck, I know what an SSR now means. I'm like, what the fuck? I hate the fact that I know what that means.
Welcome, brother. Yeah. Welcome.
It's fine if that's what you're looking for and that's what you like, you're gonna find it. For me, this really isn't the type of show for me. And it didn't really change my opinion on this genre when it comes to this.
Well, it's fine. It's a Miles pick, so Miles going to give
That's the thing. This is the most Miles show I've seen in a minute, and I feel he always, at least once a year, there's one of these shows. It's like, wow, this is literally Miles only. Miles doesn't care about the rest of the world. What about me though? And boy, we sure got it this season, and I somehow finished it.
Well, I'll mention right now, in hindsight, I did not know it was 6 at the time, and the show I wanted to cover didn't come out till last month.
Oh, the Netflix one.
Yeah, Netflix one, because Netflix jail.
Indeed. Do I personally recommend it? No. But, like I said, if you like those shows like that, here's another one for you. The one thing I guess you didn't... Oh, you said it, but like the thing that became very obvious to me, like the first 5 minutes of playing this episode, if even that much, is like, oh, this is just promotion the anime. Because, you can see KFC gave him money. Baskin Robbins gave him money. There's that other... It's not the Don Quixote, but the other equivalent, 99-cent store equivalent in Japan. It's all big sponsor. And that's why the animation's very poor, or... A lot of cheap tricks to hide.
Yeah.
We don't have to animate if we do it like this and do it like that.
Yeah, but no, like I said before,
it's very visually not interesting to watch.
But like you said, I think if you make a podcast, easily you could probably enjoy it a little better because you don't really need a visual aid, I guess, per se.
Yeah, that's the thing. Spoilers, gentlemen. I guess Miles, you got anything for us?
It is. Well, I mean, there are a couple of jokes, I guess, but I like to met the other character for a second, the generic Wada.
Oh, the generic. I did think of Kulong generic romance when I heard that. I was cracked up, like, oh, I get that.
And I'm just saying, and this guy came over to this girl, and I'm like, oh, really, really? We haven't heard this before. But he only dated me because I look like her, and it's like, oh, really? Oh, okay.
Worlds will collide.
And then the fact that we're trying to act like a couple for a hot second, yeah, we're together. It's like, back off. I was like, oh, okay, man, do you.
It was kind of silly.
I said I enjoyed like the gacha because knowing the gacha culture, I guess. I'm like, yeah, but you know him, but I love him though, but I hate him though. What are you talking about? And then when the game service ends, you're kind of like, you don't know what to do. Everyone's crying over it.
Your time and money is gone.
The best one, like the unsung hero, you don't see the other characters, Saito, until like the final end. You see her face because most of the time she's always like,
right, she's
like kind of like the helper but not helping. Sometimes.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I know the budget's not there. But
Definitely not.
But I do appreciate the characters' interaction with each other. No, and that's what sells me most times. Like if the characters interact, be friendly, or kind of it sells a little bit more for me, I guess per se. Than like rather animation or something like that. I need the characters kind of interact and work with each other here. Sometimes not really it's like some. Also that one it was a woman where there's a guy you hear him but his mic was bad. You probably didn't miss it. But
I guess I missed that.
But I guess I'm used to listen to the quality of our mics here on the podcast. And
you mean the actual audio quality?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Because I thought the two why is that one line sounds like he's in his homeroom?
Yeah, like in a trash.
And then the next line is just he sounds fine again. Yeah, I don't know where that pickup line was so terrible. I don't know.
Yeah, because that's the only thing I kind of noticed. It's just wait, why did that happen?
Yeah, but it's one line. It's so weird, and it's in between 3 lines.
And saying you hear Wada's conversation was pretty straight. No,
yeah,
normal.
She sounds like she's in a proper booth.
They caught the voice actor in the restroom or something like that.
Yeah, he shouted from across the hallway or something.
Yeah, and it's well, that's weird.
Yeah, it's funny. I forgot about that till right now. Yeah.
It's known as the weirdest thing.
I'm a nerd.
Well, we only have 6 episodes, Frank.
I edit this podcast. I have to be good at audio.
Yeah. I think it's slight take of you and me, Frank. At the end of the day, yeah, I know where this is going to go, right? We already let's be clear. We know where this is going to go at the end of the day here.
Best anime of the year.
But I'll put Frank over here. It's terrible. No good.
I look forward to season 2.
But I don't think season 2 could. It sounds like it's like a one shot manga collection.
I don't know how many comments. Unless, like I said, you have to go to extreme levels of conversation and get to just Seinfeld curve levels, which I don't think that's their goal.
Yeah, now it's pseudo harem. Gosh darn it, me. Well, it might be pseudo harem, in which it was the 2 main leads talking for the most part.
Yes, I was gonna actually bring that up.
But I was well, where's there? It's and I said
because there's other characters in the universe, but they really don't exist.
Yeah,
and it's just the focus on these 2 characters. Exactly. No, damn, beat me to it.
Yeah, but
that was my one spoiler thing I was gonna mention.
But yeah, sorry, they took it down there.
How dare you?
Yeah, but like I said, if conversations are cool, if you don't care
plot,
about that
story, good luck.
I do appreciate its longevity and when to quit, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's true. I'll give it that.
Yeah. So and I'll leave it at that.
All right, Frank. Anything you want to share? Get off your chest.
I have a lot to get off my chest. No, I'm just kidding.
Not as much as her. Oh. Though that she needs to get a better shirt. That shirt, those buttons are flying any second now.
Was it Spider-Man holding
Yeah, exactly.
I like the character, kind of like Miles. I liked the interaction between them. Sometimes one character would say something, I'm like, I think I would say that, and then the other one I think I would ask that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, for example, when the fake blonde girl was talking to the generic Wada.
Mm-hmm.
And she's telling her all her story, and she's listening, and she's like, "What should I do?" And normally you'd be like, "Break up, don't break up."
Right.
But I thought she was more thoughtful about her answer, and she shows that throughout the series. It's she just doesn't say brush you off or whatever. She's listening, and she even mentions I'm on my phone, but I'm listening to you, and and then I thought it was good when she never replies, and then she kind of gets convinced to reply more,
right?
And then she gets mad because she gets ditched on.
Yes,
I thought that was kind of cool because
that's good point.
That's happened to me on both sides, where people don't reply and or I don't reply, and then so I would get mad about that. Damn you,
how could you?
So I thought I liked that the relationship where it kind of evolved, and they were changing little by little. I like the jokes. I thought they were cute, when they go home alone and there's not anymore. And then I thought it was kind of weird that she works.
Yes. Where does she work? I don't know. In the mall?
She works in the court down this at the stall down next to him in the Starbucks-ish thing.
No, it was just damn, this girl works, goes to school, and then the other one just hangs out there all day.
She does. She's playing her gacha game. She's doing what's important, Frank.
But I think that's a unique aspect because how they look, how the world perceives them,
right? It's the
and
the opposite,
and how they actually are two different things. So even like what I was told, like in the last episode, like I'm only this around you. I'm not. Oh, when I'm like at school or somewhere else, I'm more primmed up and more like straight and laced.
Right, I don't act around like this with you.
Because it allows her to be more natural, more like the way. Well,
right. Which is like a whole commentary on Japanese society, honestly.
Yeah, well, there's that too.
Yeah, and going off of that, they do mention like that one girl was like, "Well, I kind of need someone to just listen to me," and the other one's like, "I need someone to talk my ear off." So it's a good combo. What else? I mean, not much happened because 6 episodes. I thought the guy was kind of like, you would think that they would have like a resolution, like, "Oh yeah, I actually do like you," and it was like, damn, she's taken. I guess I'll stick to generic.
All right.
So I thought that was funny.
Generic works?
Because he was already going that way, and he's like, he even mentioned it, like, I was only dating her because
she looked like her.
So, but yeah, I can't recall all the jokes right now, but I did like the one where they paint in their face.
The marker.
And they use the permanent marker.
Yeah.
In anime, they do this all the time. What's the deal?
And then
that was like the most Larry David I think I got.
The one where they pick each other's bikinis or swimsuits.
Oh yeah,
that. Am I crazy, or did they show the ones that they picked at the end?
Yeah, it's like a
that was
teaser.
A terrible bikini that they
well,
picked.
I mean, that's all because the point is like
they basically joked each other. It's like, I'm gonna fuck you up, I'm gonna fuck you up, and they both fucked each other up.
But yeah, more of Miles, but
sure is a Miles pick, ain't it?
Spotted a mile away. Like, you don't have to tell. Like I watch these randomly. I'm like, oh yeah, this one.
Yeah, who picked this show? Oh, Miles. There's a Miles right here.
Of course.
Next I'm gonna choose something darker so that I'll show you guys how off. Jeez.
See, I try to bring variety to the podcast, and then there's Miles.
Hey, I didn't pick them. They choose me. All right.
They choose me. Just like your gacha games.
Hey, so like free time pulls, huh? Oh,
there you go. I guess for me, I'm trying to think. Because I was gonna say, it made me think of the pseudo harem when it came to just really these two characters and little thing outside. I guess the unique thing about this show, I thought, but it kind of plays into it, but it really doesn't. But it's there if you look for it. Is because I looked it up out of curiosity, right? Because the very beginning is very like just super. I'm in Japan, railway system, and I'm like, this isn't Akihabara or Shinjuku or what. This isn't Tokyo, right?
Yeah.
And so I, popped on my phone, Google, where is this station at? And I looked it up, and sure enough, it is in Sendai, which is north of Tokyo, probably like, I don't know, an hour or two away from Tokyo, if I remember right.
Yeah.
By bullet train. And that's the thing, because, I make this joke in anime productions because, a lot of times, like, you only see, like, the two main characters in the high school or whatever, right? And it's a ghost town, basically, right?
Yeah.
And that's always a jar. Like, how is this Tokyo high school with 1,000 students? There's no one in the backgrounds, this and that, right? And in this series, they kind of do the same thing because it's really just like this empty world. It's almost like the Last of Us situation or something.
Oh, yeah.
But they get away with that because the setting is in Sendai, which is more of the countryside of Japan. It's not as busy and hectic. And then once or twice they do talk and acknowledge, like, hey, we're out here in the boonies, right? We're not, hustling, bustling like the big city, right?
Yeah.
And so I do think that was interesting that they talked about that more. And even in a weird way, if you think about it, it's like, why do they meet at the food court, right? And it's because in their small little town, probably this train station is probably the big epic thing to do in their local town. So that's why they go there, because it's convenient for them, but also because there's nothing else to do out here in the sticks and the boonies. So I thought that was an interesting aspect they kind of talk about, or the situation allows for shenanigans to occur. Yeah, I guess the backstory of them and how they met, it's cute also because, that's a thing, a lot of people you meet friends in elementary school, middle school, and high school, right? And sometimes you'll see them again, sometimes you won't see them again, right? And, now in this day of internet age, you could just look up everyone on social media and still keep chatting, right?
Yeah.
But, if you are our age, who remembers a world before the internet, I thought it was neat and cute that these two kind of met pretty much literally, I think, isn't it like the last day of their middle school days?
Yeah.
And that's when they start their friendship and they realize, like, oh, we have a good thing. We have good chemistry and we like each other and this and that. And how do we work it out? How do we still hang out? Do they make this effort to see each other every day?
When they keep asking, like, Don't you have her number? Aren't you
Oh,
her friend?
Yeah.
Don't you know where she lives? Aren't you her friend?
And that's that little scene, and like the other scene I think you mentioned is like where the character development kind of happens in this series, because in the very beginning they are friends, but it's it's just they're not like the friends as you would when you say I'm a friend with someone or a best friend with someone, you think, oh, you know where they live, you know their phone number, what's their favorite, their ex-lovers or something, like the dirty deets, right? But in the very beginning, it seems kind of more shallow than you thought. But as the show progresses, when she shows up, what's your, tell me everything about you. I need to know. I need the hard facts right now. And then same thing when it comes to like you never reply and this and that. And then later on, turns out she does start to reply more, and then once again you see the relationship kind of grow. It's implied it grows. You don't really, you kind of see it, but not as much as I'd like personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's perfectly fine if that's what you're into. It is relatable. There wasn't like conversations like what they weren't talking like aliens from outer space, right?
Yeah.
So it is also down to earth, which I can appreciate. And like I said, I feel like other times if I wasn't so busy and this and this and that, maybe I could find myself a little bit more thumbs uppy. But it's just like right now it's just not the show for me in my current life situation I find myself in.
Well, maybe you need to change your life.
Yeah, maybe that's the goal.
You problem.
That is it is. Let me tell you, gentlemen, and I'm working on that desperately.
Dude, forget about your stress and go watch some Nokikos and cute things.
There you go. I guess there was only I had like one fluff piece this season, and apparently I was biased and I picked my own show.
I like to say, I'm sorry, I only have one medal. I can't give it to anyone.
All right, only one fluffy, good heart feels sculpt. The other show,
I guess I'll get. You know what? This looks good. Maybe I'll keep wearing.
No, there wasn't no redheads here, so Garu's. It's not too high on the scale for me.
It is funny watching her without brown hair. It looks kind of
much better.
But it is funny, like
if she kept that, I might have liked it more.
I did like this funny, like when at one time she didn't have her hair dressed up and she had her hair all wavy, like, oh, what happened to you? It's like, oh, I just didn't have time to mess with my hair. That's because there's always a whole thing with it, and like, she kind of freaked out wild. She was like, oh, this is a moment to change.
People are gonna talk to you.
They're gonna change, and then we're not gonna be talk to each other anymore. And she had to put her hair back up. See, where are we? Are we cool now? Are we cool?
She's very needy, and I do like the fact she calls upon them like, wow, you are really needy, aren't you? So they're a good, yin and yang, if that's what you're looking for.
When she tells her like, if you don't tell me, I'm gonna kill myself.
It's just like way extreme. Like, whoa, easy.
How does
girl.
that feel?
Yeah, I guess I need more of those kind of way over the top for me to like really get, because I don't. Once or twice I think I found myself. I think episode 3. I can't remember what the Joker setup was, but I think episode 3 is the one I laughed the most, or at least smirked the most.
Uh-huh.
So let's get past that. Let's get on to our last anime of the season. And Frank, it's your turn. Tell us all about Clevatess.
All about it?
All about it, Frank. Or at least the quick version.
Why is it better than the water magician?
Yeah, why is it better than the water magician?
On paper, it's better.
Okay.
Because when you describe the water magician and then you describe this one, you're like, hey, there's more going on here.
We're cooking.
Quickly, this is in a world where there are multiple races and I guess multiple subhuman races.
Yeah, humanoids.
Yeah. I guess I feel I'm repeating myself from the last time, but I guess for those that haven't heard
That's
it.
what,
I guess where you guys
you should like and subscribe to the podcast, and I wouldn't have to do this every time.
Shouldn't do this in a podcast.
Help out Frank and like subscribe today.
You should be keeping up with it.
Keep with the lore.
Let's see. Well, for some reason, these heroes, quote unquote, went to attack this Dark Lord or Dark Demon. I don't remember what they call him.
Lord of the Demon, the Dark Beast.
Evil. There's 4 evil saint beasts.
This was the first one I watched, so it's like, ooh, I can't
Oh,
remember.
yeah.
Yeah. So, and they get their ass whooped.
Yep.
And then the heck is his name? Clevatess? Is it?
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, okay.
Name of the show.
I
Roll
was just
credits.
thinking it was
Got him.
a play on cleavage. I don't know.
That was the other anime we were talking about.
Oh, okay. Gets angry that they attack him and attacks the kingdom and pretty much destroys a bunch of stuff. Runs into a little kid and the mom. Was it the mom or just a random servant?
Random.
Oh,
Yeah.
runs. Apparently the
Some
royal
random lady
heir,
with a key.
and then
Baby.
she begs the demon or
Lord of the Beasts.
Clevatess
That guy.
to spare the kid. Like it has not, they did nothing wrong. It's
Spare the child.
and so he pretty much decides, okay, I'll give it a shot, and revives one of the heroes to help him take care of a baby because he realizes he doesn't know how to take care of a baby. And then they recruit a
Wet nurse?
Wet nurse to breastfeed.
Breastfeed them. And that's how it works. We're medieval times, baby.
So they go on an adventure to him. Him? It's a him, right?
It's a him.
Yeah.
No,
Clevatess?
yeah.
Yes. I checked myself.
He's basically just trying to see if humans are worthy of keeping alive, or if he's just gonna finish them off.
Pretty much.
And the hero is like, "Well, I'm a hero, even though I'm
I
a
gotta do my
zombie,
job.
and I'm gonna do my best to protect the kingdom and this child." And off they go on an epic adventure.
An adventure of a lifetime.
Yes.
Touche. That's good job, Frank.
Oh,
Good job. It was a lot to take. The first episode, I was like, okay,
yeah.
who in the kingdom and who's relating to who?
Wow, they
Need
get
a flow
slaughtered.
chart out
They
here.
got slaughtered real quick, didn't
And
they?
it's like fucking, I don't know, no games, no life out here with all these different. How many races are there, and how many board games do I have to play next? So yeah, there's that one. And Frank, what did you think about this show without getting into all the spoilerific goodness?
the Ho Show.
The whole show,
Never but the show.
the whole show, and nothing but the show.
Let's see. So I had my doubts in the beginning because the animation, I don't know if it's on purpose or they're just lacking bucks. But it's not the best for me, at least. Not very more like they didn't put effort into a lot of stuff. So like when the heroes attacked, I'm like, shouldn't this be a grand moment? Shouldn't this be, if this was Demon Slayer, this,
Right,
this
yeah.
would be badass. Like right here.
Yeah, that's
This is
true.
a
That's true.
really cool. It seemed like all the important combat moments didn't feel important because of how little interest they put in animating it, or maybe how bad they were at it, in my opinion. But I decided to give it a shot because I thought it was unique, and I wanted to see. You know what? I don't want to see the same thing over again. Let's see where this goes. And yeah, it has like a lot of stuff going on. Probably too much stuff going on. I don't like that it didn't finish.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like, oh, till next time.
Pretty much.
It had its gruesome moments, and then its fan service moments and its action moments, but all those moments were like secondary, and basically I've heard you say meat and potatoes is basically the relationship between Clevatess and the hero and the baby, and yeah, that's the show, everybody.
That's the show.
That's it.
It wasn't funny. I feel like some comedy would have helped. But I did not laugh a single time in this show, which I like laughing.
Joy's good.
I like laughing.
I like laughing. And I didn't laugh.
Yeah.
That's why
Why am I watching this drama show then? Because I was supposed to laugh.
Infinity, what do you call it? The Marvel Avengers Infinity
Castle?
It's action, but those
Right,
jokes.
the little bit, yeah, the lighter.
Yeah, so I feel like it was missing that. The more you learn, the more you realize you don't know, and I don't like that. It made me feel like Final Fantasy Rebirth, where it's like
we're kicking the can down the road.
you said a lot, but you said nothing.
Absolutely nothing at the same time. It's almost impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
So,
would you recommend it?
No.
And then who would you, no, don't recommend it.
No.
And alrighty, well there you go, Clevatess.
Right. There.
Alrighty, Miles, what did you think about this show?
Like Frank mentioned, this show is very, very dense. A lot of things are going on. A lot of lore is constantly dropping on you 24/7. You gotta pay attention to what's going on. Who's this guy? Who's that guy? Whose side are we on? Are we on the good side or on the bad side? Am I the baddie? Are we the goodies? It is a lot to take in with about the first 3-ish episodes. Like I said, the interesting was off the bat, episode 1 pretty much is oh, they're going to lose hard.
Yeah, this isn't the final boss, and they're not gonna go home champions.
But it's and it's sort of oh, here we are, we're 13 heroes. They selected us. We got special weapons. We got everything.
It's every JRPG climax.
And then we just got our ass handed by us. Okay, well, and I said technically Alicia died. Technically,
she did.
And then I guess out of just pure spite or just curiosity, I guess really more Clevatess or Clen as he's
right.
more,
He gets later on disguised.
And he's
alias.
you know what? Let's see about this human race. See if what this ticks over here.
What's the deal with these humans?
And now we're coming to.
Well, see, I'm bringing the comedy. Frank wanted comedy. I brought him the comedy.
And a lot, because slowly bit by bit, they explain more about the world, how the world is. It's a lot of like, reminds me a little bit like Attack on Titan because the way how the world like, slowly expands. These people, that people, a lot of different races, a lot of people, and everyone sees a power gap and like, oh, that's a good power gap. I want some of that power in that power gap. And overall, the animation is it has high moments. When Alicia's doing her thing, spinning, dancing with the sword. No, it does a pretty good job of she doesn't miss.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's a lot of answering moments, but it kind of like they're considering the setting, things like that kind of makes somewhat sense. Not totally obvious, but obviously they took advantage of that situation. I guess. But the neat thing is a lot of the lore and a lot of things. As you watch each episode, you see more like, oh, this is how the story is, and how when you reach the end point, not going to talk about later in spoilers. You go like, oh, so this was a lot bigger and a lot of there's more meat and potatoes here at the end of the day. And I know there's a season 2. They said next year.
Which is good at least.
But it is very dense. But I think of all the shows we saw, it's been a minute I've seen a show like oh, there's like
huge world.
There's like huge. There are a lot of things going on. A lot of things. There's a lot to unpack here.
It's an epic journey for sure. Capital E.
So it's like, oh, we're on a journey here. Like for recommendation wise, if you like Attack on Titan, because in my early Attack on Titan, like a lot like everything's kind of messed up.
This is not like Attack on Titan.
Well, no, well, like beginning part
of the fact that they're losing the war.
Yeah, but the fact that this world's kind of messed up,
right?
And pretty much at the end of the day, it's these weird band of misfits, pretty much. Trying to figure out about the world and try to pretty much make sure that humanity gets destroyed by the end of by the end of the episode.
That's my only girl, not the end of the world. Please.
Poor Alicia, that's all she's like. If I'm down here, stop this time this ticking time bomb. The whole might explode right now if I don't stop this ticking time bomb. Pretty much. But that's my first impressions.
Alrighty then. Leaves me. What did I think about this show? So I guess I was kind of expecting, when it comes to, because I remember Frank talking about in the preview of the animation not being very good. I thought it was fine, personally. It wasn't as good as your big AAA, Full Metal Alchemist, your Attack on Titans, your Dan to Dans. No, but when you say bad animation, I expect like really on a bad. So that's the thing is I try my best when animation stands out and it does stand. And in being an action adventure show, you do want to have your animation to be at least good. And I do think the show does meet the requirements when it comes to that. I've seen really like way worse shows than this.
Berserk.
We don't talk. You talk about new Berserk for long. I imagine.
Yeah.
We're not. Well, no, I'm not taking the bait, brother. Nice try. Nice try with your little dark fantasy. Try to sneak it in. Not this time, brother.
You almost started at a 5.
All right, I'll put the meat away for now.
I guess I was curious about the relationship in the beginning with this fallen hero who's trying to pick herself up and finds herself in a not a great situation.
Yeah.
Referring to her status and feeling of the world, let alone the fact, I think the world might be ending unless I do something about it. And yeah, it is a lot to take in because it literally like starts off like fucking Skyrim, and waking up in the carriage and explaining these are the 12 heroes and you've been chosen by the king to slay the evil demon because these guys are the worst in the worlds and there's a legend and it's a lot of mythos and a lot of lore to take in. And so if you like more, a lot of world building, you're gonna get that in the series. And I tend to like that, assuming the world's interesting, right?
Yeah.
And so far in the what we saw in season 1, I do think they do an interesting job about it. But the show kind of makes a twist at the end that I didn't exactly see or predicted from the those first episodes.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious where the show's gonna go in season 2.
Yeah.
About that. But I do think the characters are interesting. Like I said, what do you do with a fallen loser hero, right? Can she become a hero? Does she want to be a hero anymore?
Right.
And here's the bad guy, but he doesn't seem to be too evil. What's the deal with that? Where's the flexibility about that? You get the very tragic story about the wet nurse.
Yeah.
But I guess she gets a glow up, let's say. That happens.
But we'll get there later.
So that was interesting, which I knew was going to happen because I told myself, I know anime. I know we need to sell merch, so something's going to happen. And that was interesting, let's say. But yes, the scale of the world and the world building and going on the different fractions and the different kingdoms and the different motivations of said kingdoms, I thought was interesting. Curious about that because, like I said, I can't think of too many shows that really do a decent job to make a somewhat interesting world.
Yeah.
I liked it. At the end of the day, I liked it. I thought it was interesting. Like I said, there's more depth to the show. It's not so shallow. Even the antagonists of season 1, there seems to be a little bit more to his character, and they kind of explain it, and there is and isn't.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we'll get more down the road.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that was my biggest thing I didn't like, I would say, about that.
Is that are you talking about the Dragon Slayer guy?
Yeah, the Dragon Slayer
okay.
guy. Yeah. And yeah, I think it's very, high fantasy, very Lord of the Rings, right? Here's all these different races, and they're kind of coming together, and these people get along with these people, but these people don't get along with anyone. And there's the different
Same piece.
yeah, that's the thing. My brain just I start doing the Hirashira Captain Bleach equivalent. I just call it Saint Piece. Damn you, Yu Hakusho. And so there's a lot of characters on play on the board, right? And I liked that.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see what's going. I want to know what happens. Versus the other anime we just talked about, there's no plot or story. This thing one is full with plot and story of what could and could not happen.
It's fun to
in the future.
watch, but it does make you think. You're kind of like, this is it's like a
Your
fun
other
thing.
show, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's what to me. This is this is more of my go-to snack anime food, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, I liked it, and yeah, I think it's a good show if you want something a little bit more heavy and dark. Something I think Attack on Titan could work, because that gets there. I thought a little bit of of Code Geass with Lelouch, if he's kind of definitely a dark anti-hero kind of situation.
Yeah.
Definitely a little edgelordiness if you want that extra bloody gruesomeness that you don't get on your American televisions for us back in the day.
Yeah, pieces do fly around everywhere.
People will die and their blood will fall. So if you're looking for that extra edgelord gruesomeness, it's here, but it's not too. That was the thing. I was a little nervous about that. I was like, oh man, is this gonna be every bloody, gory, over the top thing? But no, it does enough to check that box. But that's just that. And actually, surprising, I'll say this: I really thought we were gonna get a lot of bad fan service. We really don't. It's kind of there, but it's so minute compared to so many other animes I've seen.
Well, it's also very believable considering the circumstances of said
and that's the thing.
Malfunctions.
As long as there's situations to justify it, I'm okay, little eye roll, but moving on. Or there are times I'm why would this happen? It makes no sense. But the situation they came up with was good enough for me to be okay. So yeah, like I said, and then I enjoyed it, and like you said, you're looking for that epic tale, high fantasy odyssey story, right? I think we have potential for something really good here, because it asks a lot of good questions, answers some of them, leaves a couple to be answered down the road. But the thing that makes me nervous about this show is we got season 2, that's great, but like I said, this story sounds so big, oh god, how long is this going to take to finish? And oh my goodness gracious, and are we ever going to see the full story get animated, right? So that would be the thing that I would be a little nervous about recommending today, this moment of time. But yeah, I at the end of the day, I did like the show, and I would recommend if, like I said, you're looking for a little more mature, big story stuff out there. Alrighty, gentlemen, it's time for now the spoilers talk of Clevatess. Frank, why don't you get us started on this one?
Oh yes, thank you. Well, I don't know if I want to talk about spoilers, but more about how certain things made me feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like again, on paper, I like it. I just feel that they need a new movie director for this anime because the scenes didn't move me. The music, the important characters or moments weren't dramatized enough.
That's true.
Like for example, when we're comparing it to Attack on Titan. In the beginning, that huge Titan comes out, and they just the way the camera was, the way the music, oh crap, this big ass monster is coming out. And then here is possibly the strongest creature in the world comes out, and it's just he looks like a normal, he drops normal loot. Okay, so I feel I guess that's my biggest problem with it, that I feel that these things could have been so much better. Certain moments where you can focus in on what she's feeling and really go deep into it and a little more background into it. So that's one issue that I have with it. The other issue is that I feel the power levels are very off. Right away we get the super strongest things going on, and then we go back to oh, but you know what? I can take care of all this, but I won't because I'll break my cover.
Yeah, that I thought it was it's not great, but there's some logic behind, because like the show wouldn't work if you just fights in every fight, right?
I mean, it has that problem where it's like this guy's too strong. So
True.
How do we handle it?
Yes, it's One Punch Man 1000%.
Yeah. So and then also like she already has the legendary weapons, or like are we done here? Like so like,
Time
start with a bronze sword, then you go silver. Come on. Like,
and then here's the Buster Sword.
you already have the you know what I mean?
I know, and two limit breaks.
Yes, right. So, I did think the Dragon Lord King Slayer, like we went a lot into that guy. I'm like, whoa, I did not expect.
I did not see that. We solved everything today. Wow, all right.
I thought we were gonna run into him, chop his head off, and then let's move on.
Yeah. So,
that was interesting. I didn't think it was gonna be as interesting as it was. The other thing was, I feel like there's way too many races. Kind of like in No Game No Life. Like,
yes.
You have all these races. What are they for? Like
fodder for season 2.
Only the first one is like oh yes, these guys are the ones we need because they craft the
the magical swords.
And then the other ones are like, okay, you're just different. So
yeah,
are we like, we don't like you guys, or I don't know what it is. Like, are we supposed to feel racist? What's going on? Tell me what to feel.
Who should I hate?
Yeah. So I wanted to get that out of the way, where it's like, I feel if they just had, come on, get that Attack on Titan director, whatever you call them, get them animated, and I think it'd be a really, really cool show.
It's visually it's not, especially when it comes to like action adventure, and like I said, when you start comparing it to like big shows, absolutely is not even close.
Or like, I don't know what it is about Freyrin, but I feel like they capture like certain moments and feelings better. So I'll take either one. Either give me cool moments, or make like, or even the like Realiana, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just
they don't like linger on a moment or really build upon it or feel the moment. They're too busy. Like plot happens and it keeps moving on.
It's like the Mario show, like you have everything, but not good at nothing.
Yeah, I could kind of see that. Yeah.
So I guess one of my favorite things about it was that it was an English dub. So
that one did have one.
So that was great. That allowed me to watch it.
Pretty solid, I thought too.
Yeah, I was like all the time, and that was cool. More spoil. I don't really like talking about the story because it's just. I mean, I'm sure you guys will talk about the part with the grandfather king.
Yeah, I guess so.
That part was weird.
Yeah, that happened.
That was like,
which is they kind of answered, but didn't answer enough. But I guess we'll get season 2.
If I was that guy, Clevatess, I would be like, all right, kill it. All right, kill it.
Let's see what happened. I mean, that's what it looked like was gonna happen, though. So that was a bit of a twist, I guess.
And then, like, I guess he gets his answer, and he's like, "I'm done." I'm like, "No, you're not. No, you're not. Stop it." And then you look at the number of episodes. I'm like, "Yes, you are done."
There you go.
So, the whole thing with the wet nurse is strong now. What's going on?
Well, there's an answer and reason for that.
Yeah, I mean, do we need her to be strong? I guess. Oh, that's the other thing I want to get into. The immortality of the hero. I felt that was I hope this is a word, detriment to the show, because I never felt like we were in danger. Like, not gonna die. She's the only one I care about. I don't even care about the baby.
Not the baby.
So like, she's not gonna die. Where's the sense of urgency that Clevatess is not gonna die? He's like,
yeah, he's good.
He's level 99. So one of them has the game shark. The other one is maxed out.
Yeah.
And the baby, I'm like, you're annoying. Like, you should be a girl because you have pink hair. So it's like, it's all...
blues for boys and pinks for girls. Get it right.
Yes.
I know.
I make fun. His name is a girl's name.
It
Luna.
Traditionally is.
No.
Too much.
How about Luno?
Luno. There is.
That works.
O is boy.
That checks out.
And I'll watch season 2.
Interesting.
A classic.
Well, I've already put this much time into this gacha game. What's a little bit more?
Yeah,
maybe the next battle will turn me around.
I've gone this far.
12 episodes? Well, then have some more.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, I guess so. What about you, Miles? Any spoiler things you're curious, want to talk about, vent about?
Let's see. Where do we go from here? It is interesting. A lot of interesting moments we had in terms of like, what makes the weapons, what is the weapon, what is the forge. Well, a lot kind of living kind of like kind of similar to Attack on Titan because at the end of the day we deal with a book, right? And and there's other books to the series. So I'm assuming all the other lands must have some sort of book. And once you click on, we get go down to the basement. I mean,
pretty much the real basement.
But the fact that he was trying to open it and said, "Well, I don't know what this book does. We need to find the other." I knew right then. Oh, we're in for a run.
Yeah,
we must find the other books throughout the land, and once we get them all together, we stream them together and get the real answer to this place.
It's an RPG out here.
It is interesting. They try and make certain moments the race. This is races for they do the smithing. This race is the water stuff, things like that. One's pretty much an army. One's the blue army trying to be. The red army doesn't do it too crazy.
Like Fire Emblem 3 Houses out here.
Wizards are bad. It is a lot. It's very dense. And they really kind of shove it at your face. They don't really try to. Well, I mean, it does gently kind of.
It tells you,
but
but it's the very in this world. There's this. It's like the worst exposition, honestly.
But at the end of the day, you understand the stakes planets. Pretty much Clevatess is pretty much let's see how the universe.
Should I kill everything or not? Let's find out.
Because everything I think is on his curiosity of anything.
Right. That's this whole being and the reason we have this adventure because he's curious: are the human beings worth saving or not, or should I just kill them?
And sometimes he has more humanity than some of the human beings do.
Yep.
It's interesting because it brings up more questions, especially when we get to the end of his story when pretty much he realized, oh, this is all pointless.
It just seemed kind of like, I was going to say not Rihanna, but my ex-sister, boyfriend, whatever. The fact that, she also wavers in that carriage on the way out the door, right?
Yeah.
That's the way it seemed like to me of maybe I am done with humans. And, she has to give him the speech, which, nice little twist, I thought. I'm like, aren't you said you were going to follow through, you bitch?
Yeah.
Basically.
The wet nurse,
makeover?
She broke, and then they said, well, we could fix her, and it's and that's why they showed the other thing. It's now she's more human, or she's less human now.
She's cute and adorable, and we could sell little plushies of her now.
I when I was because I never watched the ending. It's because it showed her and it showed the other one.
Yeah, that's the thing is when she, I think
sister or
I was gonna say I saw I was either the opening or both, and I went how are we gonna get there? I'm I'm pretty sure that's still her. How are we gonna get there?
It reminds me a little bit of Re:Zero in a way, because he's listen, you gotta die again, sis, because I need
right.
And
that's where more of the dark comedy shows up, I guess, in the series.
Yeah. Because literally her fall off the bridge when she on the bridge, they say oh that did not
right. There's that blood and gore,
and it's well she can come back together, but she's gonna feel every moment of and she's I remember every single.
It's not fun.
The fact that the show's very good. Some that sounds of bones.
Yeah, you're oh.
The later parts with the dragon general. The dragon general sounds funny. When it's oh yeah, I could turn my body into a cage. Well, yeah, to my body, how many people? How many bodies can we make around here? Because it got a little too silly there. It's
the whole sphere thing. I've just thought this isn't necessary in the long scope of things.
I trapped you here, but I'm
hoping they're gonna do something with that to justify that. But at the moment, it's just what was the point of all that?
Yeah, because I thought he was gonna stay in there, and then
he's easily escaped.
No, and then I'm thinking, okay, now this is how they get rid of the super strong character that breaks the anime, and then you're oh, you're out.
Oh, Jujutsu Kaisen it?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it depends. It might be it's a shadow, whatever.
Well, they explain it, but it's just it just seemed what's even the point of having that situation? Unless they got to do something with because everyone who sees it goes oh no, the Clevatess is stuck in this blood bubble because no one knows except our main heroes and us, right?
Yeah. It's an interesting. It's we're going to get to the other, because we teased about the other Saint Piece. I'm never calling it Saint Piece now for the rest of the day now.
They are in my head.
I was the I assuming a bird one, the evil one, which I guess
there's the fourth unknown party.
Yeah. But there's, and that's why the show's interesting, because it layers.
Right.
Here's the humanoid struggle with the 5 races, and want to see the people that actually could harm these beasts is gone oh, that's a power grab, bro, let's go. And meanwhile you get the 4 Samuels oh, look at these fellas, oh, but there's opportunity here to manipulate to our extent each of what they want to do, right?
Their own personalities and motivations.
So I said, there are a lot of gears, a lot of things moving on. You're kind of intrigued by this.
Right.
This thing. Like I said, it's been a hot minute since we've seen a show here on the podcast.
Here on the podcast.
Like there's a lot of world building. Like there's in the season 2, there's more.
We haven't
events here and there
because we barely touched the world, and like I said, there's even a fourth guy. We don't even know what they're up to at all.
And I said like, oh, we're in for a long haul, and we're like, this show used to be like a season 3, season 4.
Yeah, it seems like it's set up to be at least like a 5-6 season thing potentially. I don't know,
but it is intriguing, I guess.
Well, there you go. I'm trying to think now. My brain's gone at this point of this podcast. I'll say this: this is like the biggest thing I probably want to talk about when it comes to spoilers, and it's just more of the character and the story building, and I liked it a lot. Is with Alicia, our main protagonist, quotation marks.
Is that her name?
Yeah. Oh, right. So the thing I really liked about her, and I think I slightly teased it before spoilers, I always thought it's an interesting story beat or thing to talk about, develop, and dive into. Is we have this idea, especially when it comes to pop culture sense of like what is a hero, right? Because you think of Superman, Batman, your favorite superhero characters, this and that. And the interesting thing is, like in the beginning of the show, it sure seems like I said, the typical climax of an RPG game where our heroes are going to overcome the Demon King and win the day, but absolutely does not happen, right?
Yeah.
And so she dies, she loses, but through strange events and a coincidence, she comes back to life. And is still asking herself, what do I do now? Because I spent my whole life dedicating to be a hero for this moment, and I lost, I lost bad.
Yeah.
And so what do you become after you lose, right? It's like the equivalent of like someone who's good in sports or in boxing or the situation, right? You can apply this to like Ippo, I guess, in a little bit, right? And in Ippo's early career, he's like winning. He's struggling, but he does become victorious, right?
Yeah.
But at some point in that series, he also kind of he loses eventually, and he's like, well, fuck, I tried my best every time, and if I worked hard enough, then the other guy, I'll always win, right? That's always been the outcome. But clear in that series, and a little bit in this series as well, is like heroes don't always win because of the goodness of the heart or the heart of the cards or the power of good or whatever you want to call it, right? You just will lose that. And so I thought it's interesting that the show really tackles her situation dilemma she finds herself in because she is, she was like one of the Digi-Destins, right, to save the universe and expand the world and go over the seas like Attack on Titan.
Apparently, go to the moon too, allegedly.
Yeah, we'll get there too. Naruto fans rejoice. So yeah, I really thought that is the big major theme throughout this season. Is what does she do after you lose? Are you still a hero? Does she want to still be a hero? She die? Some people, they would like take that seriously, be like, well, I'm gonna reimagine myself and really discover myself, or look at all the mistakes I've done in my previous life and take advantage of this new life. Or there's so many things you could do, right? If you found yourself in this opportunity, let's say, right?
Yeah.
And I thought often of why would I do that? Would I keep doing the thing I've spent my whole life and got embarrassed basically by. And you see her struggle back and forth, like, do I want to be a hero? Like her initial thoughts, like, I should be a hero, but after, she kind of wavers, like, do I really have to be like the hero, if you will, goody two Superman equivalent kind of, right? Maybe I could be a bit of a jerk hero or something like that, or something in between. But I really like that struggle that you see her kind of deal with that throughout the whole series, and then you see, the devil over her shoulder, the Saint Beast over her shoulder, right? And him being like, well, you could be a hero, you could also not be a hero. I actually don't give a fuck, to be honest. And that's the interesting, is like, he kind of is in between. He doesn't really care, to be honest. He's just like, as long as it meets my goal, I guess I'm content and happy with whatever you do in between.
Yeah.
And so it's really on her, because you think early on it's going to be like, dance my puppet, right? Because he basically has control of her.
Yeah.
And can make her do whatever she wants. But it's really not that situation. Mostly has free will for the most part throughout the season 1. And like I said, I like that struggle in between. And I couldn't help but think of like My Hero Academia, right?
Yeah.
With like All Might is the obvious example. Because I know a lot of people be like, well, because All Might kind of loses his big epicness in the series after his fight with All For One, right?
Yeah.
And I heard people make that comment, what's the point of All Might? He doesn't do nothing. He's worthless. He's so boring. He doesn't, he doesn't fight. He doesn't punch. He should have died back there, right? But to me, that's the very interesting about that character, where I guess we're going to get the final season now about that. But we saw at the end of the very last season of My Hero Academia is, what is a hero? Is it a guy and a person who has these super abilities and powers, or is it the fact that you stand up and fight for what you believe in, right? Which, that ties into that series, right?
Yeah.
So I can up and make and then I'll think about that in this series as well. And like I said, I really like that character development and that personality, and it tests her will as a warrior, as a hero, right? As she's literally called. And a lot of times they keep saying that word throughout the series, almost constantly, a little to a point of a little on the nose and this and that. But I like the fact because, like, what is a hero, right? It kind of emphasizes it a little bit when you think about it. Like, the show doesn't really have that epic pause or moment, and the music swells like a lot of animes would do, right? But for me, I thought of it more on, outside of the TV screen a little bit. What does it mean? So yeah, once again, I thought that was the most interesting thing for our main protagonist to deal with and overcome throughout her journey. And then you see her fight the demon slayer guy or dragon slayer guy.
And then, like, when she came through the cart and she's like, "Hi, hello, how's it going?"
Yeah, so that was good. And the thing I like about overall in this world is there's a little bit of gray to everyone in this universe.
Yeah.
And I think the character I like the most that kind of shows that a little bit is she's very, like, 1 or 2 episodes in small scenes, but is the Magneto equivalent, magic user, where she's like, well, I'm fighting for my kingdom, but I also, I don't really give that much of a fuck about it at the same time. Kind of, I'm a gun for hire situation, and she ends up helping our heroes, win the day, kind of, right? And so that's what I liked about that series, because even the crazy, the bug guy, even there's a little bit of potential there. Maybe he was not just a total insane person; he just had a bad time, a bad moment, and because they hint at his backstory, right? And it's literally out of My Hero too, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think like that, and plus the evil demon dragon slayer guy. In a weird way, he's like, why do we keep fighting for generations, keep losing this battle that we're, this game is rigged? Why do we keep doing this? So in his own little way, he thinks he's the hero, right? And as a viewer, from you don't know all the facts, right? You're thinking like maybe he does have a point. Why do they keep doing the things that they do? And it turns out apparently this whole time they've been fucking apparently tricked for centuries with this fairy tale and this belief of this legend of heroes band together to defeat the Saint Beast to save the day because the world will be brighter and bigger. But it's like, wait, who started that rumor? No one actually fucking knows. Like, that's why do so I like that. It's the show's constantly questioning everyone and their motivations, and you can see what makes them tick as an individual.
Especially at the end when they reveal about the book, and like there's other books out there, and there's a lot of. And like, why do we follow the story? For both the Dark Beast and for humanity, it's like, why do we follow the story that doesn't really? There's no really story here. Someone made it up. Why do we made it up?
Right. Why do we believe the things that we believe? And that's, like I said, and it goes back to that. And that's the other thing. The overall another theme the show tackles is like, because like the whole I'll take in this baby and I'll raise this child and I'll raise him the right way kind of is like kind of the message it's going for, right? Or are we all stuck or chained to our fates? Can we not break the chains of fate, right? It's another topic I love going into and talking about, and you get a little bit of that. And you get that once again with the world of the heroes and the weapons and this and that. So once again, it's checking a lot of the boxes of the things I kind of like and enjoy, and an interesting world.
Yeah, it's very a lot of world building because it makes you think both about the world itself and inside, like what is like philosophically about what's going on with the heroes and the story, or how everyone's interpreting how the world is. It's a lot. You think a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, it's a thinker, I guess. If you want to, who's right, who's wrong, what's good and what's bad.
Can I split this with historic? Can I do this cool move and I can take off all the bugs in 1 second?
Yeah, that sure happened. There were way too many bugs. Takedown. That scene was a little too much.
Well, that's a budget. They spend a lot of money in that budget, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, that was probably the dumbest thing I think I saw. But yeah, like I said, I liked it, and the themes and things it brings up throughout the series run, at least season 1. I'm curious to see where it will go in season 2. So hopefully it'll stick the landing, but I don't know, because like I said, the promise in the very beginning of this season is like, I'm going to be the real puppet master behind this baby this whole time. But they return the baby at the end of the season, and I guess they're going to try to still play evil mastermind behind the scenes, maybe.
I think he's trying to win favor for the court.
Right. That's what I'm assuming, right? We're doing the long con.
And I think that's the whole bit, because I think he realized, like, I could destroy and take over, but there's no fun in that.
I do like that comment, too, she makes, like, you did all this happened because you fucking destroyed the kingdom. Like, this is all your fault, asshole.
Yeah.
It's like this guy. When you think about this guy is a jerk. You think about it, all this death and destruction for his own benefit or amusement. Like, this guy is not a good guy.
Yeah.
But also, like I said, he does things that aren't so evil. So you're kind of like, this guy, I'm conflicted about this.
Wow, it's always like the goofy what, not warmonger? No, is it warmonger? No.
Oh, MCU?
Yeah, MCU.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
him.
like
Vegeta?
he does have.
Got the armor.
He does have points. You know, you can't argue the logic he's saying there.
Good over revenge.
He just speaks facts. Like, I can't deny that would also solve the plot very well.
Yeah. So that'll do it for, our official review season. But of course, we'll quickly go through our rankings of said each show. So in case you're curious of where they rank for each of us, and maybe that'll motivate you to put it on your queue list a little bit higher, or maybe a little bit lower.
Uh-huh.
And I'll get us started off, gentlemen, with our third place winner, our bronze winner for this season.
Bronze winner.
You might be a shock. Shock to shock.
What is it? The miles medal?
I'll tell you what. I don't want to see you in the food court tomorrow. I just don't want to see you tomorrow, the day before or after, next week, next month.
No.
My schedule's booked. I have a lot of things going on in Tokyo. I don't think I can make my way out to Sendai. And so that's why I'll see you tomorrow at the food court. Well, taking home the bronze for me.
What? No.
Even on a good day, I don't think it's going to beat our other two competitors this season.
That's a poor matchup, I guess, on my part.
Yeah, it seems that way. Frank, take us away, Frank. What would be your least favorite show of the season, or third place winner, to be nice?
Wow, this is a tough season.
It's a great season for Frank. Sounds like
this might be going down in the record books as the worst season that I've ever been in. I'm gonna just go with, you almost convinced me to put it up higher, but no, Clevatess for me was the worst.
Least favorite.
Yeah.
It's funny because your low expectations help me like the show more. So that's funny. It's a bit of a sonic spring for me. Go figure.
Boing.
Miles, what's coming in third place for you?
I'll see you at the food court tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah. Well, compared to these shows in particular, yes.
Well, be damned.
I am shocked too.
All right.
But I didn't.
Frank, go and stab that person next to you because it's not my brother.
Well, I can't.
I don't know generic Miles here, but kill him.
Well, because you can't be good writing, I guess. I'll leave it there.
All right, brother. I'll be nice. I'll be nice.
I am not thrilled about it either. Let's leave it at that.
All righty, I'll be kind, and we'll pass the buck and baton back to me. And I guess we'll just go for our favorite anime of the season, and thus our Randy will be our silver place winner. For me, my favorite show this season was Clevatess. I was interested in the world building, the questions it brought up, the grayness, the like I said, world building once again. A little bit of the edge darkness. It's been a while since I've seen a dark fantasy in a minute that got the job right. It wasn't too busy being like, look at all the blood and guts. It brought a little bit more than just that to the party.
I was meant to be a lot of Berserk, but actually it's more reasonable because the few things I know Berserk, it's like all over the place in terms of...
It depends on which arc and how far we're getting, let's say, in that series. But it was, like I said, Frank's low expectations, the way he described the show, I was like, oh, this must be bad. This must be some shitty, crappy fantasy anime. I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty good. I'm having a good time jumping on this guy.
What's going on here?
I don't know, but I enjoyed it.
Frank's like, am I winning? Am I winning here?
I don't think so. I picked mine last.
Well, find out soon. So that means second place goes to Betrothed to My Sister's Ex. I thought it was fun, but it's very lighthearted, silly, fairy tale nonsense, which I did need this season, so I am grateful for it.
Yeah.
But I am more excited to see what happens in Clevatess, which I feel like I've not said in a minute when it comes to seasons that have more
seasons
coming down the line. Because I'm like usually like, oh, season 2, fuck this show. So there you go. That it's done a good job when you convinced me I want more. Frank, that leaves to you, my friend. What is taking home the gold?
I'm gonna go with the KFC show.
KFC, his finger looking good.
Yeah, it's just I was surprised that I went in like you with all expectations, and then I was like, hey, you know what? I'm kind of interested, and I think what sold it for me was the realness of the fake blonde.
So close.
So close.
I'll take it.
I'm gonna hate myself when I finish the 6 episodes.
What was I thinking? What was I saying?
Wow.
You have to live with that guilt, Frank.
It's like
I hate myself this season.
It's like his Hell's Kitchen when they choose like one dish from like all the dishes. Frank chooses the one, said the dish he should have.
The one he should have
found out. And like, let's check the dish tray. Oh, they could have
Go around to spat it out and this and that.
And
but
that's
then
why
the other one.
And that's where you're gonna clean the dishes later on.
Enjoy
Or
those
like
dishes, Frank.
when you win a game show and you're like, which curtain are you gonna pick? And then you're like, you pick the one where it gives you a toaster, and the other one was the trip to Hawaii.
Or zonk, even worse.
You got nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
There you go.
But yeah, it was very close to me. Very very close.
Alrighty, Miles, that leaves you, brother. What's your favorite show of the season?
I guess for me, at end of the day would be Clevatess.
Oh, there you go.
I think it does more world building and a lot more intrigueness in terms of, how the world is, different races. Our villain is not really a villain per se. Our hero's supposed to try and make sure everyone stays alive. Not saying the Betrothed my sister's ex is not bad, but it is very self-contained. You could there's no beginning. There's no you already know the ending,
right?
And at the end of the day, it's a lot about self-doubt. Really, there's not really anything world more.
It's about these two characters. Yeah, and that's about
and
it.
Tax evasion. And it is a good show, but Clevatess is, like you said, like you mentioned, it's more enticing because there's more. And see where how far we go. We could know next year when season comes out, we could shit the bed and we wouldn't know. But at the moment, I'm going, but I want to see that shit in the bed,
Huh, I didn't expect Frank to pick the red hair this time.
Well, you wouldn't know Frank is a thing for redheads if you listen to our social media.
Social media? Like Bluesky and Instagram?
Yeah, even YouTube shorts.
Whoa, again, this podcast is doing like podcast things.
Well, whenever it's like, the funny things that we say or hot takes that we have, you can find all of it on social media.
And they don't even have to wait 2 weeks?
And they say old dogs can't learn new tricks.
Woof. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude this review of summer 2025. But don't worry, folks, we're going to have fall 2025 just around the corner next episode of the podcast. So you got to make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below of your favorite podcast app. We're pretty much on everywhere you can find that. You find a podcast, you can find Taku Otaku, and we're going to be talking about new shows. We're going to each come back with 3 new shows to talk about. And then, like we did today, eventually one will pass and get a full review, and then we'll crown a true winner at the end of fall 2025.
Yeah. It's a side bet to see if I choose the cutest and cutie anime of the season, everybody.
And the answer is yes. He will choose it every single time. It's a lock. It's you will need to lock in this weekend, gentlemen. Let me tell you, put money on it right now.
We should have like a fantasy anime board, anime fantasy, like which one you choose, lock in.
You want to see a rigged game? Let me tell you. So yes, that is on the calendar for the this week. I will make a note that we will be off an extra week in between their episodes due to scheduling issues between us and the host, or us and the host. See, I'm the real right now. This is Editor Ray. Editor Ray's talking right now. I'm talking to the audience. Oh, that host Ray. Oh, he's the worst. I can't. Clevatess. Oh, guy getting to pick his own anime. What a coward. But no, once again, we're going to be off an extra week, but we'll be back just in time for spooky Halloween time.
Yeah, spooky time.
By the time the episode releases, so look forward to that. Once again, that'll be our fall preview episode. So we'll have some more things to add to your must-watch list very shortly. But of course, before we leave, I have to thank my fellow co-hosts for joining me and finishing their homework. Well, Frank, Frank, you can't get the participation trophy. You didn't finish.
Poor Frank's like, what'd I miss?
You see, Frank, the other show was 6 episodes. The other one was actually 12 episodes. Maybe you must have got the confused, I imagine.
I'm just shocked this whole
Clevatess. Frank's least favorite and everyone else in the podcast.
We loved it.
We loved it. It was figure looking.
And see, that's why, Frank, you need to finish the homework so that this doesn't happen.
There you go. You leave a couple of weeks, Frank. You're out of control. This is what happens.
I'll fix myself next time.
Yeah, like this. Like, you see him sad. He's at the podium, and they give him the first medal. He's like, I don't deserve this.
I don't want this gold.
I'm Maria right now.
Not worth it. I'm not worthy. Oh, my goodness gracious. And thank you, Miles. Apparently, despite we didn't discuss this before this podcast, it all worked out, brother.
Yeah.
Just to watch poor Frank's reactions. Cheap entertainment. Can't go wrong. And of course, our biggest thanks goes to you guys, our listeners, hanging out with us this whole time, watching poor Frank slowly melt away on the podcast. It has been quite funny to watch, and I imagine also to hearing as well. And hopefully you'll join us next time. And one of us also melts and gets confused with our choices.
Most likely will be me.
And Miles is definitely a high suspect on that list, let's say. But of course,
you can bet on that.
There you go. That's a lock in.
Yeah.
Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Indeed. But you can also go lock in more shenanigans coming down the line. So please, once again, like, subscribe, and we hope you guys have a good one. And until then, laters, people.